to. But this is the one that's like on my next to my bed. I sit, I chat, I pass
Mm-hmm.
out.
Is
It's,
this
it's,
what we
it's
were
what I call
talking
my
on the other night?
um. Wait a minute, wait a minute. When I was streaming, you mean a couple nights ago?
Were you streaming? No, we were talking on the phone, you and I.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, we were talking on the phone, but I was lying next to this computer. Yeah,
Okay.
this is the
Well,
computer. It's
just
just.
FYI, the Waking Up
Mm.
Thoughtcast Live is now live.
Hello, my darling Amy. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just just trying to survive this craziness that's happening before us.
Yeah,
But I, I
yeah.
would I would rather for us to talk about happy things and less of this misery because
Tell
everybody's
me
so.
what is on your mind.
What is on my
Yeah,
mind?
let's
What
just
is on my
get it
mind?
off our chest. Get it off your chest.
Get it off my chest. Usually, I'm trying to get it on a girl's chest.
Oh no. Banksy, come on. Hey,
Sorry,
hi
it's a
John Smith.
family.
Hi Paul.
Is this a family-friendly show?
Yes. No. 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 Of course not. It's just fun giving you shit. That's what's gonna happen.
I see. I see.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Get it off my chest. Work, life, ladies. There's so much. There's so much to get off the chest.
I mean,
Very
what
little
kind of
to put
happy
on the
things were
chest.
you wanting to talk about? You know what I mean?
Happy things, yes, yeah. Let's talk about happy things. Now, the funny thing is, this is not a happy thing, but it's a concern thing. How is it I can't see you going live right now? Where is your
Mm,
live stream? Are we
I
are
don't
we live?
know. Yes, we are live.
Because
Here, I'm gonna put it
I'm
right here.
subscribed to you. I am definitely subscribed to you, and I've got. Oh, this is it. Oh yeah, I found it. This is weird. It didn't actually put it in my main thing.
No.
It posted it in my bell because the notifications told me about Amy K, but not
Yes.
the YouTubes. So there you have it.
I'm just
All right,
getting
all right.
particularly annoyed with the fact that
Hmm.
Streamlabs OBS is just being such a freaking cunt with me lately, but that's okay. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
move along from that. I just really needed to express that.
that's good. That's good. To tell you the truth, I don't use Streamlabs on this sort of lower level PC that I have
Uh-huh.
because this one is not as high end as the other one, and Streamlabs just swallows up RAM. RAM is what you
Mm-hmm.
need. RAM and a graphics card on your Streamlabs, but that's techie crap, and nobody wants to hear that. Let's talk about some fun facts. Fun facts. Fun facts. A lot of
Mm.
people talk a lot of shit when it comes to viruses.
Yeah, it's definitely true.
Fun facts. Uh, fun facts. Uh,
I'd rather have a flu
stay away.
virus than a mind virus. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, yeah. Fun facts. Stop buying toilet tissues and wash your ass.
Oh look, it's so funny. I don't know if you can see, but I have a roll of toilet paper here. It's like my favorite one that I use. It's called Charmin, and when I have to blow my nose, that's what I use. Fuck Kleenex
Hey,
because
wait a minute. Wait a minute. You said you hated shamans because this other thing has two ply. I was listening to your podcast. I listen to those podcasts, and I take notes.
I no, it's way better. Cottonelle is way better. Charmin is garbage. That's not Charmin.
Ah, You
I
said
promise you.
cottonelle.
Yes, Cottonelle. You got
I
it.
see. I don't think we have cottonelle in Britain, though. I haven't seen it, so I'm afraid you guys, you Canadians, have one up on us. We only have. I mean, the best thing I can find is shaman. That's like the. I mean, there are certain Andrex special double quilted or whatever the hell they are, but yeah, that's about as good as we get. Shaman is pretty high end, but cottonelle, I don't know. I don't know about the cottonelle. Pick up which one's the toilet tissue you have on your thingy desk now? Pick it up, show it to me, so I can see. Ah, there you go. I think that the thing is lagging because now I can see it.
Oh my god, what's happening here? I'm covering the light. Let me just.
Oh,
It's very important
what's-
to have light, you see, otherwise things look like
oh,
shit.
oh, the light matters. The light matters a lot. I like the fact that you have this spinning virus
I know, it's cool,
on the
right?
wall.
I like it too. Just
That's
had to do it.
crazy. So what's with the hoodie? Why you hooded up?
I just feel comfortable like this right now.
Yeah, is it
Yeah.
cozy?
Yeah, it's nice and big, and it makes me feel like it's like satanic in some way.
It's got,
You know, they
it's
always
got,
have the big ass hoods and shit,
yeah,
right?
it's just a little bit eyes wide shut.
Yeah.
I guess you haven't seen. Have you seen that film, Eyes Wide Shut?
No, of course I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it.
No.
It's a very interesting movie to say the least. Yeah, it's Tom Cruise, Miss Nicole Kidman, directed by I don't know, some really famous director. And at the end, it all finishes off with these guys. He stumbles across this party basically in not so many ways, and
Mm-hmm.
he ends up going to some party where all these people are wearing masks and these sort of hoods, and there's women being spanked and all sorts of S&M shit going on, but it's some kind of occultist thing that he just stumbles across accidentally.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, it's a very famous scene at the end. There's all these. Basically, it's just the whole conspiracy of rich people doing all sorts of fuckeries
Yeah.
when they're in their mansions.
What a world we live in, hey? Like
Mm,
we're all led by these fucking satanic children worshipping child fuckers.
yeah, yeah,
The
pretty
people
much,
who
pretty
run the
much.
world or who have like the most traction are seriously people who fuck kids and like drink their
Yeah,
blood.
I swear. I swear that I think that has always been the case. These people have just simply morphed into various different guises over the centuries, but they've
Mm-hmm.
always been with us. They've never actually not been with us. It's not like there was a time when there weren't these just degenerate type people. I think humanity has a degenerate side to them, and I think the other part of it is that these rich people, in order for you to get rich and hit that upper echelons, they
Mm-hmm.
make you do these things where you have to sleep, I don't know, with children or do some sort of degenerate thing. That way they have this on you over your head. So you
Mm-hmm.
can't step out of line. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you can become rich and famous and have all the magnificent glories of this world, but they will own you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what an uncomfortable reality right now. This.
Making it hmm,
People
making a
are
deal with the
fucked,
devil,
man.
baby.
I'm having like so many feelings of just fucking bitterness and like, you know what? Fuck humanity, man. Like, you assholes wait until the last fucking minute to give a shit about what the fuck is happening. Like, the world has to be falling apart for people to fucking care. You have to freak out for people to care. People don't want calm shit. They can't even, like, keep it in their fucking goldfish brains. Like, I think I have a fucking bad memory. Dude, humanity is fucked. Everybody's living through this weird social psychosis, and until there's an end of the world type event, people don't give a
Hmm.
shit about anybody else, and they still don't. People are still frolicking on the beach like there isn't a pandemic. Like, what the fuck is happening? I don't
Damn,
understand.
I know, and I'm so glad you lifted us out of the the sort of miserable conversation that I was having.
I mean, I know, right? You can count on me.
I am so glad you're my happy place.
I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not. I've been stressed out, and every little thing that could be a cold symptom has been concerning me. I'm traveling on the
I
bus every
know.
day. And then I'm watching the news like a fucking dumbass, and I'm thinking, you know what? I think like a level of ignorance is so important, but every single person is worried about this right now. Like, I was talking to Victoria about something, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm waiting for the fucking Canadian health update at 3 o'clock," and I was like, "Oh no, I didn't even want to know the time because of course I want to know what the hell's happening, you know." Oh, that shit drives me nuts.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, and here we are without the triple ply toilet tissue, and you have to go and buy Charmin.
I can't fucking believe
First world
it.
problems.
Haha, he said stop touching your face. I'm at home. I'm gonna touch my face as much as I want when I'm home. It's when I'm out in public
Well,
that I'm a little bit more cautious about that shit, okay?
you
At
you
home,
should
I
tell the
need to be
chat.
able to touch my hair because it's super nice, and if my nose itches, I'm gonna touch it. It just is what it is. Don't come to
Yeah,
my
you
house if
tell
you
the
don't want to
chat.
get sick.
Yeah, you tell the chat they're lucky my cam isn't on and I'm not just touching my face.
Oh no. That might just be exactly what they fucking want to hear or see.
I wonder if you can get it from the other end.
Oh my
Is it
goodness.
just through the mouth and nose?
I'm
'Cause my body has a couple of other holes.
Yeah, no kidding. You're not alone there. It's not
Well,
just
no, I
mouth and
mean
nose.
I'm talking about my ears and.
Chris said, Chris said, oh, that's not what I was thinking, but okay. That's fine. That's okay.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Ooh.
Vampire sneeze.
Yeah, you know when you put your elbow over your face, you look like a vampire.
Oh, that's what they call vampire sneeze. Have you heard that they started to call this thing the boomer remover?
I know. I remember. Somebody said that to me, and I don't know who. And I think it was one of my friends, and he's like, "That actually really fucking annoys me." And I'm like, "Why? Like, why?"
Yeah, because the funny thing is, and this is how fucked up sometimes. You watch Tim Pool. Do you know Tim Pool?
Yes, I can't stand him right now. He's just freaking the fuck out.
Yeah,
Oh my god, what the hell was that? You okay?
It was a cough. It was like a cough. There was like a little thing at the back of my throat. It's
I'm
just
so fucking
clearing my
freaked out
throat.
that you're coughing in my ear like halfway across the world, and I'm like, oh my god, ew. Get away from
It's
me.
okay. This is not an internet virus. It's
Yeah,
a regular
I know.
virus.
I know. I am just crazy. Fucking
But
nuts.
yeah, Tim Pool was talking about the in-depth. He went into in-depth analysis of this meme of boomer killer or boomer destroyer. No, what was it? Boomer remover, something like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it's not really technically the boomers. What it is the silent generation, because this is the generation of the great generation. And then in between the great generation and the boomer generation, it was like, fucking hell, dude, it's a meme. Why are you microanalyzing a fucking meme?
I mean, look, people are in quarantine. There's going to be some really weird shit that's coming out on the internet. People are going to talk about weird stuff. There's COVID-19 porn. I mean,
There's
let's
COVID-19 porn.
Yeah, there's people just, they're just girls getting fucked in masks.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's just
and
regular,
you put
that's
Corona
just
in
another
the title.
Tuesday for me.
Viruses be so hot right now, you know? They're super
Yeah, I did.
fetch.
Yeah, I did do a post on porn. The porn industry's taking advantage of the virus.
I mean,
yes.
who isn't? Everybody is taking advantage of this, you know?
Yeah.
And
yeah. Well, I mean,
listen to me. You came into this conversation saying, hey, let's talk about something positive. And look where we've gone. We are at Corona because we are look, humanity is consumed by Corona right now. Like whether you have it or whether you're talking about it, whatever, everything is Corona, 24/7, Corona. So
you're the one who stuck a virus spinning in the back.
I know. That's because I feel like it's important to just express whatever you need to express about it because it keeps the paranoia and the stress and the concerns at bay. And I know right now that I'm overreacting a little bit. I know this. But the only way that I can really, work through it is if I just talk about it. That's it.
That's true. Just work it through, work it out.
Yeah, feel
just,
free
let's
to
be honest.
cut me off and talk about whatever you want. I'm listening. You know me. I'm a good listener.
Yeah, but I mean, it's you got to work it out. It's true. I mean, the internet is basically my free therapy session. If it wasn't for the internet, I'd be cutting myself right now. I'll be fashioning a noose from my sheets.
Yeah, man.
So the internet. Thank you, internet. Thank you for your tweets and your memes.
I mean, the stream is called. The stream is called Global Pandemic and Chill, right?
Is that what? Oh
yeah. Yeah, of course. This is the second one I streamed with Chris earlier.
Global Pandemic and Chill. I didn't notice the title. That's a good title. That's what you should do. Don't worry about Netflix. Worry about Global Pandemic and Chill.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where it's at, baby. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pandemic that
So
makes it
I'm
happen.
interested to know what kind of positive thing you wanted to
Mhm.
talk about since you're the one who brought it up. What's positive on your mind
Okay.
right now?
Okay. What's positive? Um, what's positive? I'll be absolutely honest with you. At the moment, I'm trying desperately to. I will say this. I will say this. I've been in contact with my mum far more and far more regularly than I have like most of 2019. I think I've done more communication with my mum in the beginning of 2020 than I did pretty much the whole of 2019 because I'm worried about her. I'm checking up on her, make sure she has food, make sure she doesn't have to go out. I'm constantly saying, look, you want me to order things for you? I'll order it for you. And just generally, yeah, I've been in a lot of contact with my mom. So on that score, I'd say fair enough. I've had a bit more contact. Although I'm worried. I want to go see her, but I'm worried because I don't know what I've got, and I feel like I've got
Yeah.
a cold coming on. And I just and I had a friend of mine who came from Italy a couple of weeks back, and I was in contact with him on Monday, not this Monday gone, the previous Monday, and I'm waiting 14 days. Even though some say it takes up to 27 days, it could be carrying it. But I'm waiting at least 14 days since I've had contact with that guy
Yeah,
to see
yeah.
how I feel come, Sunday. Now, I've got no symptoms of corona, but I do have occasional sneezing. I had a headache yesterday, but I took some paracetamols and I don't have a headache today.
Yeah.
I had some weird feelings in my stomach, but again, none of these are actually symptoms of corona anyway, because the corona is literally coughing, dry cough, and chest. You can't hold your breath. You get short breath.
Yeah, I
So
know.
that is the primary symptoms, and I've got really none of that. Although I do have a little sort of mucusy cough in the back of my throat occasionally,
Yeah, so
but
this is
I've
supposed to
had
be a
that for a
dry
while.
cough, I believe, right? Not a.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So again, everything is cool. So contacting your family, I guess that's maybe a thing because I have been in touch with everyone in the family on a regular basis, just checking up. Everybody good. Lots of memes. Lots of memes. Memes are good. I've talked to you more than I have in pretty much most of 2020.
Yeah, yeah.
2019, sorry. so so there you go. But then we've had other conversations on other issues. So generally though, I think the amount of good quality conversation, not just sitting on the internet shit posting and talking shit and screaming at people on the internet,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
my internet conversation, but generally good, solid conversation with people that I care about. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah,
I
very
can take that
important.
away.
Nothing is going to
Yeah.
be more important right now than how good you are at having and maintaining a conversation.
Mm,
These are going to be
that's
tough times. Like this shit's not ending. And if you're a shitty talker, boy, you better get good at this cuz loneliness is going to feel real fucking lonely. If you can't be
well,
vulnerable and be an honest like person and have a great conversation.
yeah.
You ain't
Well,
shit.
it's true. The weird thing is, this is something that I saw a meme actually. I don't know if you follow Bearing and Sugar Tits, but
Not anymore.
you know them.
Of course,
Sorry.
I just don't follow them
Oh,
anymore.
oh, oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, Sugar Tits stopped posting YouTube for ages ago, but she still posts tweets occasionally, and she posted this tweet which was fantastic. It was a guy at the top crying, and he says, you've been quarantined for days, and people who can't go out, normal people, something about normal people, and then the bottom picture is Tom Hanks laughing insanely, and he's written gamers.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah, because
They just stay
gamers and
home
internet.
anyway. They don't fucking go anywhere. Well, that's the stereotype
Exactly.
anyway, right?
Well, it's not even it's not actually a stereotype as such. It's more true than people think. I mean, I'm not a heavy gamer, but I started sort of chatting on the internet back in like 1996, 90, I want to
Holy
say
shit, that
95,
was like the
96.
advent of the internet, wasn't it? 1996?
No, no, I mean the internet came about in the
Yeah,
80s,
but I'm talking
and
about
then
for
it
public
picked up.
consumption.
Yeah, yeah. For general use, it was around 93 because
Okay.
I opened my first Yahoo account at around 1993. and that was, I still have it to this day, because all my Yahoo accounts are .com, because back then they only gave you .com, they didn't have .co.uk, and then later on they brought in .co.uk's, and now if you want to open one in the UK, you won't be able to get a .com one because that's only for Americans.
Okay.
So yeah, but anyway, I started talking on the internet, but this was just text. This was just pure text, voice, nothing, just pure text conversations on AOL and CompuServe, and then later on ICQ, for years until the 2000s. Then the early 2000s, a company called Fire Talk, and then became Pal Talk, started to introduce voice, and also Yahoo started to introduce voice chat rooms, and MSN and Skype even for a while offered voice chat rooms, but then they closed that down because there's too many pedophiles fucking around. That's the problem with the internet. That's the problem with all of the internet is
They
bloody
congregate.
pedophiles. Yeah, they
They're
ruin
turning
everything.
the fucking frogs gay.
But it's not. They're turning the frogs gay.
Yeah.
It's not just the bloody frogs. Pedophiles ruin every chat, communication forums that that kicks off, that starts, because pedophiles go sweep on in on it because they're the first adopters, and they start doing their disgusting shit, and then the companies have to lock it down because these people are like posting all sorts of just degenerate shit, or just having degenerate conversations. Even if you can't post pictures, they'll still have degenerate conversations. So yeah, what's it called? Pedophiles ruin the internet. They always ruin the internet. But nevertheless, the pedophiles had the Skype stopped their chat because of them,
Yeah.
and then Yahoo was still going for a long time, but then they basically found it unprofitable and just generally wasted time, so they killed theirs off. Paltalk is still going because Paltalk developed a model where every room, just like Discord, you have administrators, just like you have on your Discord. You're the administrator of your Discord server, and so people have to administer their chat. The people who open the chat rooms have to administer their chat room, making sure that people don't talk shit. Otherwise, the company Discord will kick you off, or Paltalk will shut your room down.
Right.
And Paltalk was pretty much the king of these things for up until, I would say, 2007-ish. No, not even that. All the way up to, I think, 2010.
2007. Oh, that feels so long ago. What, 2007? What are you
It's
talking
like
about?
yesterday to me. I swear, I feel like one of those vampires. A long time, and it's seen like shit come and go. I'm like 170 years old in internet years.
In internet years.
In internet years, yeah, because I've seen like the internet from its
Yeah,
almost,
no kidding, eh?
well,
That's
pretty much
crazy.
its inception, and I've been on it almost from its inception as well. Certainly since it became popular with average geeky users, I've been on it
Average
since.
geeky users.
Yeah, the geeks and because
You're
back
the
then.
internet hipster.
Yeah, well, I mean, back then, like in the 90s and early 2000s, there was no normies. Normies didn't know anything about the internet. There was no one bitching and complaining about, mean tweets. Nobody gave a shit. You know, the kind of abuse I used to give people on the internet back in the early 2000. I used to hurl abuse at people on a daily basis.
I feel like I'm
there were-
learning that you were a very angry person at one point.
as I said, the internet is my therapy.
Yeah.
I come onto the internet so I can be the asshole that I always wanted to be in real life.
I
See,
honestly
figured-
just don't feel like I could ever picture you as an asshole. Like I've never seen you behave in a way where I would come to the conclusion that you're an asshole ever.
you should talk to some Muslims on the internet. No, but what I will say is up until the internet, there were only two types of people who could truly be assholes, which is the asshole. It's like the inner asshole that everybody wants to be, but again, people can't because you have jobs, you have to socialize with human beings, you have to be able to get a girlfriend, so you can't constantly be a dick. And so there are only two groups of people up until the internet that could get away with that. That was the very old and the very rich. If you were incredibly rich, you could be the biggest dick on the planet, and people would still kiss your ass because
That's
you're rich.
still the case.
It's still the case, exactly. And if you're very old, you could be a complete asshole, and people are like, "Oh, that's just grandpa. Grandpa's 84. He'll be dead tomorrow. He doesn't give a shit anymore." Because if I hit 80, oh, you think some people on the internet think I'm a biggest douche ever. Now you wait until I hit like 70 plus. I will truly give no fucks then. Because I could literally be dead at any given moment from that point onwards.
I mean, you could be dead from any given point from now onwards. What do you mean 70
Well,
onwards?
yeah, but I mean, you can say I can. There's a fairly good chance I'll make it the next 10 years. When you're 70 plus, you really don't have that kind of option. You don't have another 10 in you.
Perhaps you may be correct.
Yeah.
I feel like some people are just assholes to the end, though. They just manage to. They've just. Oh my god, the Earth's atmosphere has just fucking crushed them so much. They're just so tense and uncomfortable, and they're just. Meh! That's just them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. But again, as I said, I think that was back then when there was no internet. Then the internet came along, and people discovered anonymity.
Oh, yeah.
They discovered pseudonyms. They could have a nickname and be the biggest douche that has ever walked the planet and get away with it because their job and livelihood won't be at risk.
No.
So it came the time of the troll. And to tell you the truth, it was the golden era of the trolling. I mean, it was a golden age that between 99 and 2007. Those were the peak years of beautiful trolling, magnificent trolling. You could literally. I had someone cry at the end of a week of just torturous trolling.
Yeah, it's just like everything. Things go through cycles and stuff, right? Like trolling is something that's just whatever now. It doesn't have the same effect because everybody kind of jumps on the thing when it's a thing. And then you start seeing more and more of it. And the more exposure you get, the more used to it you get. It's like anything, right? Like the more it's in your face, the more you just kind of learn to, or your brain just kind of blends it into the routine background of shit.
Yeah.
So I don't react to it as much as I think the thing I react to most on the internet these days is just like really stupid puns. I love puns. Yeah. They're hilarious to me.
Okay, what's your example of a good pun?
Okay, so yesterday I sent Chris a meme, and it was like, there's a way to tell the gender of an ant. If it's a girl ant, it floats. If it's a boy ant... I mean, no, I'm wrong. That was the actual pun. If it's a girl ant, it floats. If it sinks, it's a girl ant. If it floats, it's a boy ant. Oh my god, that was
when
so
you put
painful.
Ants in
I'm so
water.
sorry.
You basically are drowning ants.
Yeah, I mean, the point of the joke was buoyant, though, right? Buoyant.
Oh, buoyant.
Yes. I just really poorly delivered that to you. You had to see it.
You see, the good thing about telling a joke is the delivery.
Yeah, and I failed at that. This is why I'm not a fucking comedian, okay?
You'd be surprised, girl. I've seen you eat steak with a vegan.
Yeah, I have my moments. This is how I understand me being funny, right? Yeah. Like, I have moments my moments. Of inspiration. Yeah. It happens. Sometimes I try to be funny and it works out, but most of the time people are like, oh my god, shut up. Except for Victoria. Because her and I have the same sense of humor and we're girls, right? So we're obviously not funny in the same way that men or guys are, but we understand each other. We have an understanding. She's great.
You have girl code.
Yes, you got it.
There's a girl code involved. I know all about the girl coding.
You think you know.
But well, that's what I mean. I know of it. I know it of its existence.
Yes,
should I say?
Speak accurately, okay? You know of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I know of it. I don't know it because there's so much. There's a plethora of nuance involved, which I would never be able to, dare to even imagine to know.
Yeah, girl shit goes really. It's an abyss of just confusion and knots.
I can imagine. Yeah. I can imagine because you girls, you just have. I mean, the boys have their own thing as well. Boys, they have like looks and facial and physical expressions that they give out.
So do girls. So do females.
Yeah, that is
We
true.
all do. We're human
That is
beings. We
true.
all have the same.
But do girls verbalize more than men? Do
I
you
mean, I
think that
fucking
there's
do. See, this is the thing. Like a lot of my friends tell me that I have a lot of masculine qualities in the sense that like I'm not afraid of confrontation. I'm not afraid of talking shit. It's
mm,
just what I do. Most
it's
girls do a
true.
lot of like underground, like manipulative kind of like in the background sneaky
Yeah.
shit. You know what I mean? Like gossip and stuff. Like I gossip too, don't get me wrong, but I'll also talk shit out loud.
Mm.
And that's
I
something I
think
want to
you're.
just start getting into. No, just like I feel like I present myself on the internet as just like, you know, a calmer. Like I have no moments where I freak out, and I think that's just gonna have to stop. I think that there's like a dishonest element to that because sometimes I get fucking pissed, man. And the first thing I
Yeah.
want to do is hop on the internet, but the last thing I do is hop on the internet because everybody else is freaking out. But at the same time, it's totally human. It's actually
Yeah.
totally zen sometimes to let yourself go in the moment and just be like, fuck this, fuck everything, fuck you, fuck, fuck, fuck. And then, like, the next day you wake up and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm fine now. That was just a moment. I was fucking mad. I had a good reason to be mad. Well, you know, you assess that later. Was that a good reason to be mad or was it a bad reason to be mad? Maybe next time you want to
Yeah.
dial back your reaction so that you don't have to freak out like that all the time, right? There's a balance. Like you have to be aware. You don't want to just like lose your shit all the time either. That's not really nice. People don't like that either. But if I do it to
I think it's
myself into the camera, it's different, right? Because people can connect to the feeling of just of feeling like what the fuck.
yeah. I
Absolutely,
think
how the
because
fuck is this happening to me? Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. No. I think you're right. You're. I think the thing is over the top reactions on camera or on the internet or on if you're doing a show. I think it's perfectly sensible because reactions. If you look at movies, look at TV shows, people are doing. They always. It's always like I don't know. If normally you'd be at a 5, they do it at a 12.
Yeah, but
On
that's
a TV
contrived.
show.
That's what I don't
Exactly.
like.
But the thing is, it's not just this in contrived. It because there's this distance, there's this gap between the audience who's watching on TV or online and the person in real life. I think you need that extra over the top reaction
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it translates. There's as I said, there's a distance, and you have to close that gap. Whilst in real life, you're already in front of that person, so you don't necessarily need to react as much. It's kind of I see it human reactions and human sort of the way you blow up or you don't on the internet or on a show. It's kind of like movie fighting versus real fighting. In movie fighting, you have to over exaggerate everything, and the punch it comes from a mile away, and everybody can see it because the camera has to see it. The audience has to catch that move. Whilst in real life, you watch boxers and bam, 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 they're hitting like 20 punches in like a second. You can't, you
Yes.
missed like 14 of them. So that's the difference. It's when you're doing things, when you're emotionally emoting on the internet or on a show, I think it's okay if you're over the top
I
because
mean,
of
okay,
that
but
gap.
what I'm saying is like if you're genuinely in a fucking bout of anger, you're not really emoting or exaggerating. You're just in that anger. I understand they need to do it for entertainment purposes, you know, to punch it up a little bit. But like I would rather be at a point where when I'm fucking pissed, I'll just come out and be pissed. Like, is this not a feeling that
Yeah.
people can connect to? Because I find when I'm watching people and like there's gross overreactions or it's just out of proportion to whatever the thing is that's happening, it just comes
Yeah,
off as fake to me. And I don't
it
like
does.
that. But maybe that's because like that's just not how I like to present or want to present myself. I don't want to like twist myself into this thing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I'm with you.
whatever.
I'm with you.
Whatever. So
Well, I
maybe
mean,
if
it
your
all.
goal, sorry, go ahead.
No, no, no. Go on, go on, go on, go on. If your goal,
So maybe if your goal is to like have a bunch of subscribers and and like just be entertainment, then yeah, that's
yeah,
great. That's going to get you where you want to get, right? But like it depends on what you want to build your subscriber base off of or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather
yeah,
have less if it means there's people who are interested than have
genuine.
more who are just there to see you freak out and react because they have some psychological issues and you're just feeding their psychological issues. Like people who watch
That's true.
people like that are probably worse than the person who is pretending to be this upset or that upset, because it makes them feel better to some degree that they're not that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
there's just
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
weird psychological shit that's involved in like wanting to see people freak out all the time. I just don't think that's a healthy response to having access to that shit.
But
That's a
you'll be
personal opinion,
surprised.
obviously.
Yeah, no, no, you're right. You're right in a sensible sense. But if you look, have you ever watched a guy called Coppercap?
Yeah, he's
You've
crazy.
seen Coppercap?
But he's
That I don't
hilarious.
think.
I've seen
Yeah, I
one
don't
video,
think.
but that's it.
Yeah, but what I mean is, he's. I don't think he's like that in real life. I think he's probably very normal in real life. He's generally more chilled.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he just goes. He goes from a 5 to a 12 when he's
Yes.
doing his show, when he's doing his
Yes.
live streams or he's on video,
Mm-hmm.
because he is a caricature of a real person. He's not
Right.
really. I don't think that is him as a real person. Okay, some
Right.
aspects of him is probably it, but he's clearly shouting and screaming, and you know what I mean. Those are all put on. It's obvious it's
Mm-hmm.
put on. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about. But you yourself immediately your reaction was he's hilarious.
Yeah, he is funny. I
So
mean, I've seen a couple
eh,
things, and again, the character is funny, and sometimes there are aspects that are entertaining to me that I will watch. You know, it's been a
mm,
while since I have, but I can understand the appeal of it. I can understand the
exactly.
appeal of it.
There is a
It's
market for
just,
it. There is
yeah.
definitely a
Oh,
market
there's a
for ridiculous
huge
over the top.
market for it. It's just not my shit.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, as I say, it doesn't have to be everybody's cup of tea, but I can see how people are drawn because people are drawn. I mean, how many children, even adults, love Tom and Jerry, and they love.
Oh,
Oh,
phone
for crying
call.
out loud. Yeah, no, it's. I'm gonna have to go kill that. It's not. Hold on,
Oh,
one
it's an
second.
alarm. Sure, go ahead. I don't watch the big YouTubers. That's why I'm here. LOL. What are big YouTubers doing now, anyways? I haven't checked out any big YouTubers. I don't check out any big YouTubers. I have a few that I like, but I don't know if they're considered big. Like, big to me is like a PewDiePie, right? The biggest. I think I
Yeah.
follow like Matt Christensen. I follow. I don't know. My subscriber list needs to be purged. I need to go through what sorry. My subscribed to list needs to
Mm.
be purged. I need to go through it because sometimes you watch one video and you're like, "Oh, this is really good," and then you subscribe and then you don't fucking watch anymore. There's probably like 4 channels I watch on YouTube at any given time. I have to keep up with Legion of Skanks. I have to keep up with Tim Dillon. I have to keep up with kind of Joe Rogan, and some random videos here or
Yeah.
there.
Well, the thing is, I follow Joe Rogan, but more on podcasts than I do on YouTube. I don't really
Well, his
catch his
podcasts
stuff.
are on YouTube. Oh,
Exactly,
I
but
guess,
that's
well,
what I
they're
mean. So I just
everywhere. So that's what I'm referring to as just his podcast. Whether
yeah,
it's YouTube, whatever platform it is, that's the podcast I'm listening to.
yeah, exactly. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
really bother with him on YouTube when I just go straight to his podcast. So the only good thing about the YouTube is if he's it kind of signals that he's released a new podcast, and that
Mm-hmm.
kind of gives you a bell. But otherwise, I don't really listen to the podcasts on YouTube. But
Yeah.
on other people, yeah, I mean, I sort of follow. I'm on Coppercap's Discord server because I kind of find him interesting. I like the caricature. I like the. I want to see. I want to catch him outside of that zone when he's putting it on. I want to. That's why I'm on the Discord because he posts little pictures and stuff, and you can see that he's definitely not that insane in the real
Mm-hmm.
world. But he's a little bit unhinged generally, though, and other people. I mean, I haven't actually seen anything from Philip DeFranco, for example,
Oh, I
in
can't stand
pretty
that
much.
guy.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything from him since middle of last year. I think that was last time. PewDiePie, I haven't. I was. You see, the thing is, I've got multiple accounts now, and I'm focusing on this Spanksy Star Live account. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the account I log into, and I'm not subscribed to everyone on this account that I am on the other account.
Mm-hmm.
so, I'm not 100%, 100%, getting all the bells and all the notifications from all the people I used to follow.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the only ones, the only real big YouTuber I can say I'm watching semi regularly is Sargon of Akkad, believe it or not.
No way. He's doing a lot of Corona stuff. Everybody's doing Corona stuff. What am I fucking
Mm.
talking about? Virus spinning my background, talking shit over here like I'm not involved.
Yeah, Sargon and Tim Pool at the moment seem to be, because Tim Pool is prolific. I mean, he releases videos two,
He
three a
has
day.
to. That nigger's gotta get paid, son. That's his job.
Yeah,
Of
yeah, but
course he's gonna put out
I'm.
fucking 20 videos a day. And I think
I
he clips
guess.
up his podcast and puts it out too, right?
Well,
Is that what he does?
he does a Tim Pool in real life, IRL. He's got Tim Pool IRL, which
Right.
he then clips out, and he does like a live 2-3 hour show, which he then chops up into 10-minute pieces, then he posts that up as well. But he's got Tim Pool, then he's got Tim Cast, and then he's got Tim IRL. But the thing is, I think it's because YouTube keeps demonetizing those channels, so then he moves on to another channel, like
Gotcha.
Sargon as well. Sargon is exactly the same. Sargon of Akkad is like pretty much gone. I mean, the YouTube hasn't banned it, but he's not monetized for it, so he's just abandoned it. Then he had the Thinkery, and I think that got demonetized, so
The
he then
Thinkery was
abandoned.
Sargon?
Yeah, the Thinkery was Sargon of Akkad. Yeah. And so he then abandoned that, and then he did Akkad Daily, and now that's been demonetized, and he's now slowly abandoning that for another one that he's created on something else. Because these guys, you're right, they want the cash, they want that sweet, AdSense money as well, because that's a reasonably good stream of money that's regularly coming into their coffers.
Yeah,
They don't.
I mean, if YouTube doesn't stop demonetizing people, perhaps that would be the case. But it seems to get harder and harder now, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, so YouTube is gone on. I mean, I'm demonetized. I am fully demonetized.
What for?
I don't
Is
even
your
have
Islam
2,000
shit?
subscribers
Is it because
because yeah, it's mostly because of the Islam stuff. And also I've talked shit about everything. Transgender people. I've basically talked shit about everything YouTube doesn't want me to talk about. Throughout my catalog. Yeah, throughout my catalog, I have hit every hotspot that there is, every topic. I had
don't
a
like that?
whole series.
You know they don't.
Oh, they
like
hate that. They fucking hate that. I had a whole series for a while. Yeah, I should be alright on this channel. It was called My Week in Cuntville,
Oh boy.
and it was
Oh, you can say
it was.
it on here. I don't mind getting
I'm sorry.
demonetized. It just is what
I'm
it is.
sorry.
No.
Seville.
No, I don't want to be
Seville.
scared of words. I don't care about
I
money.
know.
I need to be able to say what I want to say. Fuck your ad money, YouTube. Fuck your ad money.
But-
I'm gonna say fuck, and I'm gonna say cunt, and I'm gonna say bitch, and I'm just
yeah.
gonna be straight up.
Yeah, this stream is
Cancel me,
gone.
bitch. Cancel me.
This stream is never gonna make it to
Fucking
the
cancel
monetization.
me. I dare you, bitches. Come at me.
Oh no, they won't count. I don't think they'll demonetize you. I think you're still pretty much mostly on the safe side. Most of
I
your
don't care.
streams.
I'm like a nothing channel. This channel ain't shit.
Well, this is the thing. I'm a nothing channel. I'm literally a nothing channel with some
But you get
views.
more,
I'm
like,
lucky.
your viewers during your streams are much higher. So, like, you have more people actually watching and stuff. So there's more attention. So there's more people who don't like you that are probably gonna fucking report you because you're talking
Yes.
about fucking Islam and shit all the time.
Well, that's the main thing. That's the critical.
Dude, all I get are dislikes. I will get dislikes forever as soon as I start anything or post anything. That's like the worst, I guess, that's happened to me on YouTube, and it's nothing. So they could demonetize me. Or just
Well, yeah. I mean, they did. They definitely just sent me a letter saying, "Sorry, you've been demonetized. We find your. I think they gave me till like this month, March, sometime. I think it was,
no, yeah.
or end of March, or where I have to clean up the channel and delete all the sort of videos. Even though they don't actually tell you which videos, by the way, they haven't told me which videos have violated their terms and conditions or their community guidelines. They just told me I have to delete a bunch of videos in order for my channel to be reviewed sometime in March. I was like, fuck you, I haven't even deleted a single video. And I'm like,
What does that mean? Does that mean just like delete all your videos? Because if they don't tell you, what are
exactly.
you supposed
They
to
don't
do?
tell you. They don't even tell you which videos to delete. They're just like, you should clean up your channel and get
You
rid of
should
some of
just
the
know.
videos.
Just read our mind.
that- Yeah, exactly. I have to like literally. Well, you see, the underlining message there is privatize all your videos because we're not going to
Okay.
tell you which one. Just do
Mm-hmm.
it all, unless you have cat videos. That's
Yeah.
it. Those are the only videos you're allowed to keep. Are cat
Cat videos.
videos playing
Fuck
with balls of
you.
string or some shit. So that's it. That's why it's the choice of get rid of all your videos and be monetized, or don't get rid of your videos and don't get monetized. I'm like, dude, believe me, I'm not hanging on YouTube to feed me and pay my rent. If I was
Mm-hmm.
doing that right now, I'd be homeless. I'll be streaming from a tent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you wouldn't be
since
streaming from a tent, period. Because your fucking computer would fry. It'd be raining and shit. Oh no, is it sunny there right now? Trust me, you're not getting internet from
it's
a
not.
tent.
Yeah, it's not raining, but yeah, exactly. So that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So it's all BS. It's all completely BS, and
Yeah.
so that's why I'm not. I don't really. Yeah, I don't sit and worry about uh what's going on with YouTube. I don't care. I don't care. They can suck my nads.
I mean, you can't care.
As far as
Whatever's gonna
I'm
happen is gonna
concerned.
happen. Either you're gonna have to like censor and just edit yourself so much that it becomes a really unfun process to just sit and talk with your friends, or you're just gonna fucking talk and they're going to demonetize you or whatever. Fine, fine, YouTube, keep your money. You
Yeah, I
assholes,
mean,
go for it. Just donate some masks
ex-
to the medical sector right now because they fucking need it, okay? Go ahead and cancel the
exactly.
channel if you want to. Go take care of the right people.
Exactly. I would rather for them to give all that monetization money to. Although my videos, this is the thing. A lot of my videos are the copyrighted ones are monetized. There's
Mm-hmm.
ads running on them. I just don't get the money. They send that money to the whoever the copyright claimant is.
That happens to me a lot
So
when I use like music or something.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I now in a way it's giving me the freedom. I play whatever the hell I want, whatever music
Yeah.
I want, whatever clip I want to
Take the
play,
money, whatever.
because
Take
I
the
don't
three
give a shit. I'm
cents.
not. Yeah, I'm not monetized anyway. You're not going to give it to me anyway. So
Take
why
your
am
zero
I
point
fucking
zero 0.01
worried?
cent or whatever the fuck they give you.
Yeah. As long as I have now in a weird way I have creative freedom. Although I don't have
Yes.
financial income, I have a creative freedom where I can actually play what I want to play. Because sometimes there's that essential piece of music that just encompasses the conversation or the stream that you're doing,
Yes.
and it's just perfect. That piece of music just goes perfectly with that moment,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to look. And in the past I had to literally scour the internet, scour YouTube,
Yeah.
and find someone who did a cover of that song that I want to play, which has the words that I want and the sort of emotions that I want, and
Yeah.
I can play the cover song because the cover song won't be demonetized. Quite often, the cover song would not get demonetized. My channel won't get demonetized. So
Yeah.
I had to search for like hours to try to find that one cover song, which is by some small artist in his bedroom, that I can play because I want that song. This is the song that I'm after. But
Mm-hmm.
now I just play the original. I don't give a shit. Just find the
Yeah, sometimes
original
I do
and
the
just
same
play
when
it.
like when I have just like a short intro video before the like 10-second intro before the thoughtcast starts, right? Like sometimes I just want music cuz there's no actual sound in the video and it's just something cute that's happening that I felt the need to capture on video or whatever, you know? Just want to have like the
Exactly.
perfect piece of music and maybe you'll add an effect here or there and do some fun stuff, but music really does. It's just one of those things that it's
Yeah,
just
it is.
so
It
I don't even
it
have the
it, it
words. I love it.
encapsulates a moment so well,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you can convey a message. Like for example, I did a stream. It's like one of the good moments that I found the perfect piece of music with what I was intending,
Hmm.
and that is I took a because in Hyde Park in Speaker's Corner where I go to sometimes, there is a bunch of right wing sort of ethno nationalist guys who come there and they give their spiel about ethno nationalism and all that. And I follow them on YouTube as well just to see what's going on in that circles. They do the groyping. Do you know about groyping
No,
and groypers? You don't know
never heard of that.
groypers?
No.
Ah, okay, okay. That's like the next phase of trolling, and it comes from the Pepe meme. They use the frog meme as their moniker, but it's a slightly
Pepe.
different. Yeah, they still use the frog, but it's like done in a very weird way. If you just type groyping, you'll see it's all about ethno nationalists. It's basically
Right.
white, not white. I mean, you could say white supremacists, but it's ethno nationalists. Those who want to maintain the white race as the majority in Britain and in America, they are using this as a way of trolling various TV shows and radio shows and so on. Anyway, long story short, I had uh, this guy called Ralph, who's an ethno nationalist, and I had another guy called Lister, who's
Groyping.
yeah, he's an anti-fascist. He's an Antifa. So this guy Lister is an anti. He's part of Antifa, and you know
Mm-hmm.
Antifa. And
Mm-hmm.
Ralph is a ethno-nationalist. Now, I've been trying to fight with both of these camps on different agendas and different things because they're both, they're both douchebag groups in their own way. Uh, and then what I did was I took a picture of Ralph on my right, and I
Mm-hmm.
took a picture of Lister on my left, and I put a clown face on Lister, and I put a Joker's hat on Ralph, and I had the picture of myself in the middle. And of course, the best perfect song to start that stream is "Clowns to the left of me, Jokers to my right.
Here
Here
I
I am
am.
stuck in the middle," and it was just perfect. The beginning of that stream, literally the intro to that stream, just explained everything that I'm thinking and what where I find myself. Because in these crazy times, I found myself agreeing with both the right and the left in very strange ways. And I disagree with both of them in very strong ways, but I do agree with some of the points they're making.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in Britain, yes, the British, the English, those who tick the box, English, white British, they are going to be a minority in I would say possibly about 2-3 generations. They will be a minority. Right now, the statistics are statistics. You can like it, you can lump it, you can do whatever the
Mm-hmm.
hell you want with it. They say that those who tick the box in the census, white English or white British, they're 80.4% of the country. Now, okay, they're still a fair majority,
I mean, of course, with the
but
porous borders and stuff, that's definitely going to change. You know, there's a lot more
exactly,
mixing.
this
Of course,
country's
that's going to happen. But
yeah, this
wait, why are we
country's
talking
letting
about
in.
that?
Oh, because of these ethno nationalists, because the ethno
Oh,
nationalists are
right.
complaining about that. It's all about demographics for them. They think that if this country, Britain, isn't white majority, it'll just go to shit and it'll just become an apocalyptic shithole, and we're all gonna die.
Right.
So
I got a question
they're
for you.
yeah, go on.
It's totally unrelated to what you're talking about right
Oh,
now.
go.
Um, if we have to be in quarantine for a long time, right?
Mm.
And if we can't get food delivered to us, and they've shut down the fast food and all that kind of stuff,
Oh.
what are you gonna miss eating? What foods
What am
would
I
you
gonna
miss
miss?
eating if we were in like a post-apocalyptic world where we couldn't get the food items we're so used to just being able to like get delivered?
Well, the one that I'm most worried about, and I have to admit I will miss it, is pizza.
Oh, you know what? I
Uh,
was just thinking that. I was just
I
thinking
know,
pizza or
I
lasagna. I
know.
haven't had lasagna in a while. I kind of want to get lasagna.
Lasagna is good. Lasagna is not too bad. You can actually get that, from supermarkets, which are relative. You can get the high quality
Yeah,
ones that
but
they do,
like
and
in the
it's relatively
store,
good.
like I feel
But
like I'm gonna look this up right now so that I can totally
but
get
yeah,
dinner
good
tonight.
good quality lasagna from an Italian, decent Italian restaurant. Yeah, that's going to be hard to get. Pizza though, the thing with pizza is all I need, and at the moment I'm struggling to even find it, is freaking flour. You know, all the flour is gone.
What do you
Like these people
mean?
have hoarded flour because, well, flour is essential. Flour doesn't go off. You
Yeah.
can make bread at all times. See, if you go and buy bread, your bread's gonna go off in a week or two. Not even a week or two, less than that. So bread doesn't last. Bread is perishable.
Of course.
Flour, flour isn't. You can make bread all day long. You know what I mean? You can make bread constantly if you have flour. So flour is gone, rice is gone, and pasta is gone. These people have hoarded
Oh, you're
these
right.
three items
So
considerably.
everybody who's going to the store right now is taking pictures and posting it on their social media because that's the thing to do, and all the shelves are bare. So many shelves
Yeah,
are bare. There's no sanitizer
yeah,
anywhere. Never mind food. All the sanitizer, all the band-aids, all the first aid kind of shit.
yeah.
All the
Yeah.
like kill
Luckily,
the germs kind of stuff. Nuh-uh.
yeah. Oh yeah,
No.
yeah. Luckily, I always have a good stock of of Dettol, TCP, which are all heavy antibacterial stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have a good range of bleaches, bleach sprays, as well as bleach concentrated bleach, which you can just mix with some water in a spray bottle, and you're there. You've got yourself a bleach spray anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you have bleach for wiping down surfaces, and as long as you have Dettol and TCP for wounds and general health, hand, even you can say keep a little bit of it and wipe your hands with it.
Yeah.
That'll kill. That'll kill. I mean, it stinks like crap, but that'll kill far more germs
Bleach?
than
Doesn't bleach fuck your skin
gels.
up though?
No, 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 not bleach, not bleach. TCP or Dettol.
TCP, what's TCP?
TCP is a very strong antibacterial, like Dettol.
Okay. I don't
You
know
know
what
Dettol.
Dettol is either. I've never heard of those
Oh, you
things.
don't know what Dettol is? Oh, Christ. What do you guys use then for, like, that stuff that your mom would rub on your cuts or whatever, where they mix
Oh,
it with water and
alcohol.
it turns the water.
Isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah, possibly. It turns the water white. It makes it milky colored. I don't know what they call it in America. I don't know how they, what sort of names. Dettol is the make of a company that makes this
Mm-hmm.
product. And TCP is a name of the company that makes that particular product. But these are very high level antibacterial swabs and stuff. Basically, they
Yeah.
kill bacteria really well. And as I say, you can mix it with water and dilute it down a bit, and you can if you have mouth ulcers and stuff, you can gargle it. You can put it on your cuts and wounds, and you can treat everything with it. So, and you could even, as I said, put in, mix it with water and spray it, and wipe your surfaces down if you really want to.
Okay.
But I say bleach for surfaces, like dilute bleach with water, and wipe your surfaces with it. That'll kill all your things, and of course, toilets, and all that area. And then TCP and Dettol for like personal body, if you want to put it on your body wounds
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. I've also got Savlon cream. I don't know if Savlon. You guys got Savlon in
No, we
Canada?
probably don't. Like, if you're talking brands, it's going to be difficult for me to say yes or no because we
Yeah,
definitely don't have a
yeah.
lot of the same brand name stuff.
That's true. That's how about
Mm-hmm.
antibacterial cream that you can put on wounds or
Yeah, we got that
on
kind of stuff. There's so many variations.
yeah,
If we got like polysporin,
yeah, I guess so. I guess that
you know
might
what I
be it.
mean?
So yeah, generally antibacterial creams, gels, liquids that will then can be diluted and you can clean your surfaces with and hands and stuff with. So I've got loads of that, and I've got Carex. Do you have Carex as hand gel, hand antibacterial, not gel, but antibacterial hand wash?
No, I've never heard of that.
No.
No.
We've got, yeah. I mean, basically, the antibacterial pumped hand wash, though, not just the gels that you just
Oh,
wipe,
okay, not sanitizer. I don't know about the like
not just
gel
sanitizer,
soap.
but yeah, gel soap,
Okay.
effectively gel soap, but it's antibacterial gel soap.
Okay.
That stuff is, I mean, I've got like 5 bottles of those anyway. It's always under my sink.
Yeah.
Uh, and I haven't even bought one since this panic began because I already had so many. I was just like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
So I always keep that stuff relatively stockpiled because they're not going to go bad, and they're there for months. And every time I use one or two of them, I just go and buy one or two more. So I've always got like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Um, and that's it. My sink underneath my in my bathroom and in my kitchen, fully stocked with all sorts of antibacterial cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's it. I mean, I think personally, the government of this country is betting on surviving until about May, June. And if you can just keep things going around May, June, it will then subside because China is now recovering, believe it or not.
No, but the thing is, as soon as they lift those measures, it's gonna surge again. This is what people don't seem to understand. They think that 3 months or 4 months is going to solve this problem. No, it's not. And that's what's really scary about it. And that's why it is worth worrying about, or at least being
Yeah.
concerned. Because, like, if you think 3 months is enough to, like, keep putting pressure on this problem, where, by the way, we can't stop this thing, we can only mitigate it. You know what I mean? All we can do
Yeah,
is
I
mitigate
mean,
and slow down suffering. Hold on, let me finish. And as soon as you lift those measures, all the same things, no social distancing, blah, blah, blah. If it's not out of the community, as soon as you get the community back together, it's going to start spreading again. Because now you have people who are carrying it that may not be, who may be better, but still have it in them that could still pass it. I'm not entirely sure about that next part, but it's a possibility. We don't exactly know everything about this virus. And I really just don't think that it's safe to assume that after a few months of doing this shit, it's going to go away. It's not. All the doctors and all the epidemiologists are not saying that. This is going to
well,
be rough for a while.
yeah, I mean, what they're betting, you see, I think they're betting on stages. They wanna mitigate this on like in stages.
Well, that's
So
all
they're
they.
betting that if we get to summer, then the peak will come down. So there'll be a peak, and then it'll level out, and then things can go to semi back to normal whilst they buy more time to for the
I mean, that's
vaccine.
just. I just feel like it's going to be a lot more drastic. I don't think that solution is going to be good enough.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it could be that they're hedging their bets on trying to keep things relatively working. So there might be a peak, then they'll go through this quarantine business. It'll drop. People go back to semi-normal for a bit, and then it might peak again because people are mixing again. So they might hit another peak. But as these peaks and troughs happen, they can try to ride this wave out. The government's basically hedging their bets on being able to ride this wave, not let the country completely collapse and the economy to be totally screwed up. But there'll be a combination of people who would have had the virus and recovered, because there is quite a lot of people who are recovering from this. So once you're recovered from it, there's a good chance your body immune system will protect you from getting it again. And so you don't have to worry about getting it again. You've got the immune system developed. Then they can, as I say, buy time until there's some kind of vaccine that's been released or some
I
kind
know.
of
It
early
sounds really
testing.
great, but honestly, I think that, like, if you I'm going to very poorly explain this because it's going to come through the filter of just like fear and concern. But Noel Plum just released a video today where he thoroughly explained all this shit. And, like, again, I'm not really into the idea of being negative. It's not being negative. It's simply just accepting the reality of, like, the horror that the further horror this thing can impose on the species.
Yeah,
It sounds optimistic to say, like, oh, we're looking at a lot of deaths, and we're looking at, like, economies crashing. We're looking at a lot of difficult things ahead of us. And I just don't want to, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. But even the best at this point is not going to come for a while. It's going to be a real struggle for humanity to deal with this because it's here now. It's fucking spreading fast. We're not doing a good job at handling it. Everybody acted too late. I mean, they're projecting like 1 to 2 million deaths in America alone.
wow.
So,
That's
and I'm not saying I
I
want
don't.
to say that number is like accurate or not. It's just an estimate, and it's what I've been hearing. And you hear a lot when there's a lot of fear and stuff in the air. So I have to remember, like, you're not going to see it till you see it. But these are like people who work in these fields, experts, people who understand the movement of these things and how quickly they infect and all this kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm getting my cues from. I don't care about CNN. I don't care about Fox News. Like, when you're listening to epidemiologists on the Sam Harris podcast talk about it does kind of make you think, because I can't make the call. I don't have the expertise or the knowledge available to really be able to think about what the effect is going to be. But the people who are doing the work tirelessly 24 hours a day, crunching the numbers and running models and doing all this kind of stuff, who are telling us the information that we should be hearing that is not coming through CNN and stuff, and all our news networks as much as it should be, is that it's a lot more dire. But we need to not panic. Like, it's just not going to help the situation. So there's a lot of things in the balance right now that are just kind of, we've been thrown into chaos, right?
Well, I will say this, and this is at least from this map that's been. I don't know if you've seen this map. There is actually a map that was developed by the John Hopkins University
Mm-hmm.
in regards to tracking the COVID 19
Oh, is it
virus,
the animated one? That's what you're talking about with all the
uh,
dots?
and yes, yes,
Yeah, it's a cool
that's the
map.
one. Now,
Horrific,
now
but
that
cool.
one, yeah, but the thing is, that one, the total number of confirmed cases is 242,000. So
Hmm.
when you're saying a million people dying, that's not even like this is at the epicenter of China. It only had
Yeah, but you're like we're thinking about
81,155.
the time span too, right? Like it hasn't been that long. They're thinking that this is going to be a
True.
problem for us for like at least till the end of the year.
Well, that's I mean, possibly it will definitely be a problem. I would say longer than a year,
Yeah, but I'm just saying like
but
the projections are like it's just gonna there's gonna be that period where people are calling it like oh in the summer it's gonna like kind of go down and then
well,
it'll
I just said,
go ahead sorry.
yeah, I know, but the thing is, I say the total number at the moment, and right now we're China's had its peak and it's on the downturn of this, at least for now, and it may peak again. It's 242,000 worldwide, and 81,000 of it is in China. So to say that a million people will die in the United States alone,
I mean it's a
I
country of
don't
300
know.
million and the numbers are doubling very and they're just being very
Yeah.
it's doubling and it's happening very quickly. The rate of spread is really crazy with this thing. And
Mm.
I mean, just in Washington, right? Like, I was freaked out they didn't close the border until like just yesterday. Yes, fucking
Yeah.
kill non essential travel from the US into Canada and vice versa. Why is this even a discussion? It's because we couldn't piss off Trump. The phone call had to happen between Trudeau and Trump where there was a mutual agreement that this needs to be done right now. You know,
Yeah.
fine, that's
Britain.
fine.
Yeah, well, so up until 2 weeks ago, still had people coming in from Italy. Up until a week ago, we still had people
Mm-hmm.
coming in from Italy.
Right.
And Italy is right now the second largest epidemic, 41,000 people, only
Mm-hmm.
second to China that have been affected. Iran is third, 18,000 people. Spain is 17,000 people. Germany is 15,000. The US is 13,000 people. France 10,000. South Korea 8. Switzerland 4.
I have
United
like a
Kingdom
virus as my wallpaper
2,000.
on my phone because, like I said, viruses are just so hot right now. It's
They're the
fucking
hottest thing.
ridiculous. Yeah, they're the
Oh, you are
hottest thing
so
right now. It's all about the
so sexy,
viruses.
baby.
I like my virus wallpaper. I'm gonna show it on the screen. I think it just looks cool. They're fucking creepy, man. Oh, it's green, so it's actually not gonna show on the phone, which is so fucking crazy. Oh my god,
Oh,
that's
damn.
awesome. That actually looks cool because of the green screen effect. I got that chroma key going. You know what I mean?
I like it. I like that virus spinning on that wall. Looks good.
Yeah. So, Sam Harris was talking about this on his podcast, and he had said there has to be some kind of pressure put on the Chinese government to stop this wet market shit because anybody who's holding a bat and a duck at the same time is a fucking terrorist. Which he has a great point because this is how the virus hopped into a human body is from a bat, right? That's what the consensus
Anyone who has
is.
a bat and a duck.
Yeah, and he said fucking they're a fucking terrorist. It made me laugh. I love when he swears. It has such an effect because he never swears.
Yes, true. It's true. See, that's where your swearing actually punches through. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You get it's when you don't swear. I
Yeah,
swear like constantly, so it
I
means
know.
nothing.
I know, me too. Listen to that. You hear that sound? That's my fridge. Listen to it. It's trying to talk to
Why
you. Listen to the
why is it?
fridge.
Is it roaring at us?
It's got a message for you. You hear that? It's not
What
very
is it?
happy.
What is he saying?
I don't fucking know, but I gotta tell you, it is really freaky to hear this thing make this sound, and like it's very sporadic. Sometimes it'll do it for a bit and then not. Sean's like, I think your fucking fridge is dying, and I'm like, yeah, it
Probably.
might be. Now's a really bad time for the fridge to die too. Like,
That's true. That's
We
true.
still didn't
There's
finish the food conversation. You said pizza. Is there anything else that you would miss?
pizza,
As I look for
pizza,
food, let's talk about food because I need to have some dinner.
Chinese food.
Oh, Chinese food. Yeah, no kidding. But you're talking about Western style Chinese, right? Not like actual
Yeah, yeah.
Chinese.
I don't eat bats. I don't eat bats and
I don't
live
eat
rats.
bats. I don't eat dogs. I don't eat cats. So I guess my experience with Chinese. Oh my goodness. Are you okay? Dude, I hear
I
anybody
told you.
cough now and I just get worried.
I know. I know. It's
My
crazy.
friend told me today, he's
Uh,
like, so if your kidneys are hurting or you have a little bit of a sore back, that's also a symptom. And I'm like, please don't say that because I've had this pain up here in my upper back. You know what I mean? And it's not my muscles. I
mm,
push on it and I can kind of feel my kidneys. But if I'm having a cold or something, right, and there's extra filtering going on,
well,
I
it's
imagine they'll
fine.
be working overtime too. So it's just very
Yeah.
difficult to keep my head
Everybody
straight.
says every symptom you have, every tiny
I know,
little
man.
pain. Is
This
this
is
it?
turning me
I
into
got it.
hypochondriac. I'm telling you, I don't want to be like this.
I know. I
But
know.
I'm so
The
fucking
other.
susceptible to this upper respiratory shit. So I have to be very
Yeah.
careful. My asthma
Yeah.
reacts this time of the year. My allergies
Mm,
fucking fuck me sideways this time of the year. Like I just need to I have to like really be careful because it can so easily become something that's very fatal or detrimental to me. I've had pneumonia twice. I mean, I don't think it's
mm,
fate. I don't think it'll be
my God.
fatal, but that's a bit of an over
You're too
exaggeration.
young.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you're too
fucking
young.
die, man, all by myself.
No, I think you'll
The
make it. I think
lasagna.
you'll make it. With the lasagna. Give me
Yeah,
a lasagna for my
I'm
last meal.
thinking right now. I'm thinking lasagna because I feel like in the next week or so it's going to be very challenging to get food because everybody's going to be ordering food. Everybody's probably ordering food now.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Actually,
And
do
I
you
haven't
know
gone to the
in
grocery store and I have soup and stuff, but I had soup the last 2 days. I just want to eat something rich.
yeah, in Britain they consider emergency like critical workers to be
Mm-hmm.
doctors, nurses, police, and
Yes.
fire people,
Mm-hmm.
but also delivery drivers and shelf stackers.
Yeah, of course. That's super
They
essential
consider
right now
them.
because
Yeah,
everybody wants food. Everybody needs shit
exactly.
to stay at home.
Yeah, those
Oh
are
my
those
god,
are
it's horrific.
essential people right now. They're
Yeah.
considered essential
Dude, the economy would
workers.
never, ever, ever survive without logistics and without ship being shipped from point A to point B. The postal
Exactly.
service, the shipping services, these are so essential. We get our products from Amazon now. We're starting to get our groceries online. Everything is starting to move
Yep.
into this you don't need to go into a place type thing. You
Yep.
know? It's we're just moving there. So,
Well, it's even better for this sort of scenario of some sort of pandemic because the only people that are running around the streets are just delivery people who they themselves, if hopefully will protect themselves, and that way they don't have to have contact with too many other people anyway. They
yeah.
just simply have contact with the person who they're collecting the food from, and the person that they're delivering from, which they can even leave it outside their door and just walk
That's what they're
away.
doing now.
If
All deliveries are
if
contactless.
yeah, so all of that, it actually minimizes the number of people that are running around the streets, which will be just delivery people, and also it minimizes contact as much as possible. So yeah, yeah, it's a pretty, it can happen. You can manage like this. The only thing is that there are people some of the companies I deal with are hotels and bars and things like that, and they're struggling hugely now because their business is all about people traveling, people staying at hotels, people going into bars, and yeah, they're suffering. They're suffering a lot. They're hemorrhaging badly, poor guys. So I feel for
Yeah.
them. Because a lot of the people who work in these hotels are very low earners. The people who are cleaning rooms and serving drinks and serving food and bellboys and these kind of individuals. They don't earn much and they don't get paid if they're at home. They won't. The company
Yeah.
doesn't pay them if they're at home. Their contracts only pays them if they're working,
Right.
and yeah, and the companies are telling them they're going to have skeleton staffs at these hotels because there's hardly anyone staying at the hotels anyway. I know a hotel that's got 2 floors completely shut.
Oh my god,
Because they're
that
just
fucking noise. I'm so sorry. It just distracted me. That's crazy, man. That is so fucking
that's
crazy.
your fridge.
Yeah, I
That's
need
your
to. I
fridge
need
looks like
to.
it's possessed and it could potentially kill you in your
I
sleep.
honestly, I'm gonna need to tell my landlords about this because it's kind of a horrific sound and like everything is just setting me off right now. Shit's
Don't worry
freaking me
about the
out.
don't worry about the virus. You gotta worry about your possessed fridge.
Yeah, no shit, eh? What the fuck's happening? It's like me, me.
Yeah.
No.
Have you ever seen the first Ghostbusters?
Yeah, of course. It's a good one.
Yeah, you see the one she gets sucked into her fridge.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I remember that. She does. That's what's gonna happen.
It's her fridge.
Legit. That's gonna be me. I fucking love it. I fucking love it.
Are you gonna be running around going, I am the master, are you the gatekeeper?
Oh yeah. Fuck man, how do you guys remember this shit? I forget this stuff so easily and I just saw that movie recently.
You saw the first Ghostbusters recently. Wow.
Yeah, I mean I saw it when I was a kid too, but I didn't remember much of it and I saw it recently and I still don't remember I don't remember particular lines.
I remember it because it was the first English movie that I saw in England, and I was 8, 9 years old. It was 1984. It was just out in cinema, and I couldn't understand a word of it, but I still love that movie. My mom had to translate for us the whole time, but I still love the film. It was brilliant. The film, you don't have to know English to watch that film. It's so good.
Look at what Chris said, the
So
gatekeeper? No, not the gatekeeper, that's you. Chris, you're the gatekeeper.
I am the gatekeeper. Are you the lesbian?
The gatekeeper. The beekeeper. What I was doing was I'm talking to you now and I'm looking for lasagna and I don't find anywhere that has lasagna. I'm a little bit depressed about that. I see yeah, I'm looking at Skip the Dishes actually.
Yeah. There are no
Uber
lasagnas?
Eats. I'm not seeing any at the moment. But there's a lot of places open, it seems. It looks like do you guys have Five Guys burgers over there?
Yeah, we got fives.
Yeah, they're great.
Mm.
Mary Brown's Chicken and Taters. Did I tell you I tried Popeye's chicken last weekend? Me and Victoria were hanging out and we had Popeye's chicken. It was delicious, but I threw so much of it away the next day because I just couldn't eat. Oh my god, when we went and ordered, we were high and our eyes were bigger than our stomachs and we're like, fuck it, we're gonna get everything. And then we got it, and then we had I had one piece of chicken out of 9, by the way. I had one piece of chicken. She had 2, and there were 4 biscuits. I had 1 biscuit. She had 1. I put the stuff in the fridge for the next day, and then I was like, I don't want to fucking look at this anymore, so I threw it out. I know. Man. My fridge is going crazy right now, dude. I don't even know what to do. Maybe I should unplug it.
Just roll with those punches. Maybe your fridge has got the corona. It's fighting the corona right now.
I like how civilization is falling apart and Amy is just choosing what hot meal to have delivered to our house while I have to eat cold cans of beans. Hey, I'm with you. I have soup. But right now I'm feeling like I don't even want to put something in a pot and heat it up. I just want it to happen for me.
Exactly.
And so it shall until I have no more. I can order no more, you know? It's going to be rough. You just gotta let.
So have you had Chinese food since this whole thing started? I had Chinese food a few weeks back.
I rarely eat Chinese food.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, when we say Chinese, we mean the guai food that they make for us, white round eyes.
You hate round eye.
Hey, round eye.
There's a guy I work with, and he comes into the office and he goes, "Hey, fucking round eye."
He's literally.
He is so funny. Yeah, he's some funny grumpy ass white dude, but he loves that Chinese accent. So that's what we connect over. Is because I go, "Hey, big boy, you going to work right now? Are you going outside?" And he's like, "Hey, round eye," and I'm like, round eye. I love that shit. I really love it.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, we all come together. I mean, as I said, I like the orange chicken that they make, which is sweet and sour chicken, Cantonese style. I like the one with the pineapples in it,
Yeah, you know
Cantonese
what I think I
style.
need to do? I really think I need to unplug that fridge. I'll do that after. I don't want to get up now.
All that noise? That's all from the fridge.
That's
That's
all from the
weird.
fridge.
Damn,
Fucking
that
possessed,
fridge
man.
looks like it's calling for the mothership to come and beam it up.
I know, it's fucking nuts. I don't even know how to respond to this.
it's
I'm trying
it's
not to be
signaling.
distracted by it, but at the same time, it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, listen to how fucking loud that shit is.
That
That is
is
absolutely
loud.
insane.
Oh wow, wow, that is an awesome. As I said, I think that fridge is going to suddenly take off,
Oh, it's gonna
and
die. For sure,
it
it's
will
gonna
go
die.
it will go to the mothership, and join with the other aliens. It's like the fridge is like, my mission is over. Thank you, Amy, for
Yeah,
letting me
yeah.
live in your kitchen for a while.
Chris
We
says,
have observed you.
I want Chinese food, but it means getting cash out, and I'm against handling cash. Yeah, I don't want to fucking touch nothing with cash right now. Not very smart.
Oh, you mean you can't order Chinese through your Uber sort of and sort of these things?
I can. I don't think Chris can. Five Guys,
Oh, Chris
cheeseburger,
is talking
sauteed
about.
onions, grilled mushrooms, and then one a steak. Yeah, no kidding. That's food.
Are you
Yeah,
looking
see,
at? You're
Sean
looking
is
at.
making. Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. Sean's making fun of me because we were on the phone the other day, and it just started making that noise, and it hasn't made that noise since that day, Sean. And then all of a sudden now it's like, it's so fucking funny. It's definitely gonna explode, guys. Maybe that's something I should worry about and not Corona. But I need to order this lasagna, so I'm gonna do that too.
Yes. Oh, so you're gonna go for the lasagna. You're
I'm
gonna go.
doing
You
it.
you're making me look for pizzerias for lasagna now.
Fucking do
That's the
it. What
problem.
do you mean? It's the end of the world. You want to eat a nice meal? You better fucking get it now, okay, Banksy? Because pretty soon you're not going to get the luxury of fucking pizza. We are headed towards a fucking apocalypse right now. Buckle up and order a pizza. Don't bitch
But
out
no, no.
now.
They've got lasagnas. They've got calzones.
Ooh, yeah, that's what
How
I was
about
just
a
looking at too.
calzone?
uh, don't mind if I
Ooh.
do.
Calzone or a lasagna. They have good lasagna with this one as well. This is like a hot. It's not. It's a commercial shit, but it's still better than your Pizza Hut lasagna.
I mean, I don't. Pizza Hut doesn't even fucking have lasagna, those assholes. They have like meaty marinara pasta that's like the twisty things with meat
Yeah,
sauce
that's
and like cheese on top. Fuck you. If you don't got lasagna,
you're
no.
not even considered pizza.
Who
The
are
thing is, if I
you?
if I tell my friend I ate at Pizza Hut, he's Italian, he will disown me. He will disown. He will like, I will never talk to you again. What are you doing? Yeah, no, Italians don't take kindly. They don't take kindly to Pizza Hut eaters.
Holy shit, this fridge. Help me. Sean's like, you better be staying away from it. Listen, I'm gonna try my
Oh my
best, but it's
god.
right fucking there, and I have food in there. So what I should do is probably take that food out, throw it away, I guess, and like just keep the fridge off because it just does it sporadically. Last time I did it was a time. What was that? 2 days ago, Sean? When did I talk to you? 2 days ago or something like that. Oh yeah, this chili jam. Fuck.
I thought, what's it called? Yeah, I was thinking, why don't you switch it off and switch it on again? Just
Have you
leave it
tried
off for
turning
like
it
an.
off and turning it on again?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I'll do that
This
after
is
the
your
stream.
support, sir.
We'll do it after the stream, okay?
This is your fridge support. Could
Is
you
that okay with
please
you?
turn? Yeah, yeah, it's fine. I
Yeah,
don't
okay.
mind. It's not really that bad for me.
Okay, I hope not. It might be really bad for everybody else, but guess what? I don't really give a shit about you guys, so that's how it goes, I guess. You're either here and you want to hang out and you want to deal with the fridge sound. This is a real practice in your patience, is if you can just be in the moment and ignore the sound like I'm going to starting now. So I'm looking at ordering this lasagna. I'm very excited about it. That's all I can
Sweet.
say to you. Are you ordering food too? Are we doing this together? Is this going to be a joint
I am.
venture?
Um. The thing is, I'm looking at. The problem is, I just literally went shopping and bought a bunch of stuff, and now I'm like caught in this zone because I literally heated up a fisherman's pie, a good quality, like high level one that I bought from the supermarket an hour before I started talking to you. And so it's there, it's finished in the oven, and it's just waiting for me to consume it.
Oh.
And now I'm thinking, if I order lasagna, which I really want now, thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
Uh, but because now I want that, I don't know what to do with this. This thing's just finished. It's crispy because I've got this halogen oven, so it heats things up very quickly, but also crispens them like a regular oven. So all the top parts, all that mashed potato and the crumbs or whatever it is that they put on it, but it's all crispy now, and it's hot underneath this fish pie, and it's crispy potatoes on top. It looks amazing. It's hot, it's cold, it's crispy, it's just amazing. So I'm now wondering, what am I going to do with this thing, because if I don't eat it, it'll just be ruined the next time I want to heat it up again. It'll get all soft. But I'm also looking at lasagna, and lasagna looks so good.
I know, it's killing me right now. It's killing me.
Even the calzones from this
seriously
place.
no fucking drinks here? What is this shit?
They've got
I see no
potato
drinks. Combo, family deals, chicken wings, pasta, calzones, create your own fucking pizza. Where are the drinks? It's not in salads and sides, you dickheads. I guess it'll just be water. What else are you gonna do?
Drinks. Yeah, I suppose.
No. Back. This is so incorrect. The address is not that one. It's this one, fuckface. No wonder. Now I'm definitely not gonna be able to order pizza because I'm a big stupid. And
No.
I had the wrong address in the thingamajig, so that was really dumb. I've ordered delivery at work before too, so I had the work address in, and in White Rock there's different stuff, right? So fuck that up, real nice. God damn it, Banksy, what have I done?
This place that I'm looking at does also tiramisu and also banoffee cakes.
I don't know what that is.
Banoffee cakes it's an Italian banana type based biscuits. A cracked digestive biscuit based with fresh banana caramel and cream. It's a dessert, and and they also do chocolate fudge cake, homemade strawberry cheesecake. The cakes are good. The cakes are very good. And an assortment of Haagen-Dazs.
Haagen-Dazs, yes.
Bring on the apocalypse, bitches!
Yeah, this is definitely emotional eating that's happening right now. It is emotional eating. I just want to enjoy some mouth pleasures before I fucking die because everybody's gonna get this goddamn disease. You ready?
Yes.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah,
I'm not even scared.
I'm on Tinder right now, advertising apocalypse sex.
You funny. I tell
Apocalyptic sex. Who wants it?
I think Sean does. He said, "Banksy, you're turning me on. Stop it. Stop it."
It's because I'm talking about the food, the desserts. He's coming. But yeah, the funny thing is, I'm on Tinder going, "Who wants apocalypse sex?" And there are women going, "It's okay, I'd rather die."
Oh my gosh. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm offering good, sweet loving in the apocalypse, people.
Ain't nobody want that shit. I guess that's
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that shit, Banksy. Come on.
And nobody wants some of this sweet, sweet loving.
No, none at all.
They're
not having it.
Ain't nobody wants some of this sweet loving.
Lasagna. I
Damn,
think I found
damn.
it. Lasagna. Let's see. There's Indian
Oh, nice.
fusion at this place. Yo, motherfuckers, what is this deal of like wanting to mix Indian food with everything? It's because there's nothing but Indian people here in Surrey, and like everybody wants to appeal to that demographic to make money. So they put Indian style, Indian fusion this, Chinese and Indian fusion. Guys, just keep them separate. Let's relax for a minute. Because butter chicken pizza sounds like the most disgusting thing I've ever fucking heard of.
Uh,
I'm
yeah,
not
but
even kidding.
what? Why are they doing lasagna and an Indian fusion? Like, how are these two
I
connected?
have no fucking idea. Do you want homemade meat sauce or signature marinara? Homemade meat sauce, obviously.
Homemade meat sauce, nice. There you go. I got an offer from Millennial Animal. I'm not entirely sure I want to take that offer though. He's saying I have to be the bottom though. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am never the bottom. I'm always the top.
Oh, there we go.
Not even in prison. I don't care how many packets of cigarette you have.
Oh my goodness. All right, what are you doing? You ordering this? I'm almost ready. I'm almost fucking ready. I'm so excited.
Are you doing it?
Yeah, you
Do
got
it.
it.
Do it, girl.
Let's just
Do
if
it.
I'm
Get that.
close and do this. Pita bread, garlic toast. I got garlic toast, I got lasagna, I want beverages. That's what I fucking want. They're selling me, they're trying to sell me a San Pellegrino, like a small bottle of that fucking fizzy water for $5 fucking dollars. Are you kidding me? I can say apocalypse, but I'm not paying $5 for your fucking carbonated water, you assholes.
Yeah.
That shit should be cheap right now, okay? Nobody's gonna buy it. That's gonna fucking not work out. It's not gonna work out for you.
Yeah. Now, what you should also get, if you can, this is something I am actually looking for. Get a pack of 5 or 10 or whatever of those Brita filter, actual filters.
Oh,
And I don't know if you already have Brita filter or not, but get a Brita filter and get a good few packs of those filters, because if the water gets contaminated in any way, and generally you find yourself difficulty getting water, you can at least filter it out through rainwater and other things. And also, I mean, I've actually got pure water purifying tablets as well. But as long as you have some sort of fire, you can always boil water, so that'll purify it. But you do need to filter, like if you draw water from other places, you do need some sort of filter to filter out all the crap. So Brita filter will do that, and then you can boil the water, and you get yourself drinkable water.
Okay. I've definitely seen those tablets before.
Yeah, water is important. Water is very important.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I'm aware of the importance of water. I drink it all the time, and I urge people to drink it all the fucking time.
Yeah, you do actually. Yeah, I've noticed you're very good with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
this is the problem. You need it to be
there's
alive
a lot of people.
and function properly.
Yeah, I see a lot of people focusing on the wrong things.
You don't fucking say, Banksy. You don't fucking say. People focus on the wrong things? No way. Tell me something I don't know.
You know, it's just they're hoarding toilet rolls, and nobody's buying. And also, people are buying like the wrong thing. When I said the wrong thing, in the sense of they're buying. Admittedly, again, I haven't seen it, so maybe they are buying Brita filters as well. But they're buying bottled water rather than buying filters to filter tap water. You really just want to filter your tap water, and have an ability to filter even rainwater or river water, then have to rely on bottled water. Is going to disappear very quickly.
Oh yeah.
How many of those bottles are you really going to be able to afford for how long? That's gonna vanish very quickly. It's what you really want is the ability to be able to sanitize water and kill all the germs and microbes and all that jazz. And as long as you have fire, that's what you really want. But most people, as I say, people are focusing on the wrong things.
Yeah.
But
I think that's a
how
general problem.
Yeah. Yeah, like for example, when I go to these stores, if you notice, if I don't know if you notice, but I notice there are bags upon bags of nuts available everywhere, like peanuts and walnuts and pecans and almonds and all of these nuts, just bags of nuts available everywhere. Nobody's even bothering touching them. Nuts, actually, if you get yourself a large number of nuts, bag peanuts and almonds and all these sort of mixed nuts, you can sustain yourself for months with nuts because they're very high in protein and very nutritious. So you don't need to hoard tons of other things. You just have a combination. Peanut butter. Peanut butter is very good. High oil and fatty sort of content. Again, very good. Also, protein shakes lasts for a long time. Protein shakes were the shelves were full of protein shakes. Nobody cared about them because they taste like shit. Nobody wants to eat them. But if you want to survive, if you're talking about survival, then
I love peanut butter.
stuff.
Peanut butter's so good.
Exactly. Peanut butter lasts a long time. It's non-perishable. It has high fat source. You can actually use it to even as a source of cooking.
Yep.
Like as a
Peanut
firelighter.
sauce. You give me peanut
Yep.
sauce.
There you go. There you go. Oil. There's so much utility to peanut butter. But people were just leaving them alone. Nobody was caring.
So
Nobody even touched those.
I didn't even ask you. You're not going to work anymore, are you? Like your boss told you to stop going to work? Is that what the deal is with you?
At the moment, yeah. This week we were all working from. I mean, since Tuesday I've been working from home. I was at a location. I was at 2 locations on Monday. But since then, yeah, they've told us just work from home, and they've just given us like a ton of work though, because everybody else is working from home. So we're configuring all of these other people's machines, remote VPNs. So there's just been a massive influx of everyone. My VPN doesn't work. My VPN doesn't work. So we've just been configuring VPNs all day long, just dozens of them. So yeah, that's been the bulk. It's just so many though. There's the work isn't that difficult. The volume is unmanageable. The volume of work is crazy. But hopefully within the next few days and hopefully next week we'll be able to get through these. Everybody gets set up, so the volume of work won't be too bad. But I don't know what's going to happen next week. Whether we'll be going on site, whether I'll be still working at home. Not entirely sure, to be honest.
They're going to want you to be on site. I just don't see why they would want you on site.
Yeah,
I think
well,
slowly they're just gonna keep dialing that back until people aren't going into places unnecessarily, right? Because I think I was talking to you about the technicians that I work with who have to go into people's homes and stuff, and people are like coming home sick and they're booking service calls and they don't give a shit that they're gonna get a technician sick. They're like, oh, I have some time at home, I want to get my internet upgraded, so let me just book a fucking appointment with customer service and have this. Luckily and thankfully, the technicians can refuse to work if they don't feel that they're entering conditions in which they're going to be okay or healthy.
There you go.
Right? So that's great. That's really great because they shouldn't have to go into a place where they feel like their health is at risk. And everybody right now, like, things are slowly in phases getting shut down. I mean, once the border between the two countries is pretty much essentially closed, it's only a matter of time now before everything on the inside starts just getting closed.
Yes.
It gets more and more irresponsible to let people be around each other when you know this thing is spreading so fast. So, you know, they're going to keep stores open and stuff, and they'll keep all that kind of stuff open, but it's going to be strange,
totally
right? Like,
agree.
there could be someone asymptomatic at the restaurant touching your food and making your food, and then you're getting that stuff.
That's my problem. That's my worry about ordering
out. I just
out.
thought of that, but I was like, no, this is the time where I'm just gonna order it. If I get sick, I get sick. It simply is what it is. All I can do once I've gotten the sickness, once I've contracted the disease, is to rest at home and sleep. Not go into the public. Do not put other people at risk of whatever you have. Because whether it's the flu or whether it's corona doesn't fucking matter. It's a virus is a virus is a virus. There's no vaccine for corona. There's no real vaccine or cure for the flu. You just gotta tough it out. And your body's either strong enough or it's not. You know what I mean? And it permanently
Yeah, but
damages your heart and your lungs, they say.
they say some people are getting. I don't know
Probably
whether
older
this is
people.
for everyone. Yeah, I think they're saying some people are getting permanent lung damage, but I don't know if it's for everyone. I think again, it's
It'll
biochemically,
fuck me up.
related.
I'm telling you, because my lungs are fucked
Mm.
already.
What I will say though, Amy, if you do feel ill, uh, keep a phone handy and make sure there's a friend nearby that can come, because you don't want to go through this on your own. First of all, if you can, and if not, you
I
ideally
have
need
to. I
someone.
can't call a friend over. What, to get my friend sick? Oh, I'm super sick.
No, but I mean, they can wear masks and gloves and stuff. But I
No,
think,
I don't think that's fair. Like, as long as people are available for me to talk to via the internet, that is what I'm really okay with. The internet is there for us to utilize. You know what I mean? So that's
yeah.
what I'm gonna do. I don't want anybody near me. I don't. When I'm sick, I
Well,
don't like being around people anyway. You know, you just feel
but yeah, no,
diseased
I
and
mean,
gross.
just make sure someone can drop by very quickly, because you may take a turn very quickly, may get serious very quickly,
Yeah,
and you may, find you just want to be. Just make sure if you are getting sick or if you are ill, tell someone, just
of
someone to check
course.
up on you on a daily basis,
I will
just to
be here
make sure.
screaming, blowing my nose into tissues, and complaining about how much it hurts to breathe. But I'm so glad I have the internet because I feel so alone and I just want to talk to some other human beings. And I
I
will.
know
That's
you're.
what I'll do. You know, that's what I'll do.
Well, this is what I was saying about all these years of being on. I don't actually feel that, like, I don't feel like I'm not with people when I'm at home. I'm with people all the time. I'm talking to you. If I wasn't to you, I'd be on a Discord server. I'll be on Pal Talk, or I'll be doing a stream, or I'll be on someone else's stream. So there's like 1,000 locations I could be talking to other human beings. So in my mind, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm just not physically out with people. But
Mm-hmm.
in psychologically, I don't feel like I haven't spoken to anyone. I don't feel like I've been secluded, because I'm talking to people. I'm conversing. I'm having exchange of ideas. So my body is not necessary. I don't need my body to be out and about for me to
Yeah.
socialize. I just need my mind to be in a place where I can
That's exactly
exchange.
right. That's what I'm saying. And if I'm in the situation where I'm sick, I understand, especially right now, the importance of not being near other bodies. Just period.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair enough. But I'm just saying, don't think you can just. You're not on your own. Don't tough it out on your own. Keep in communication, because suddenly things could turn and you find yourself unable to maybe make a phone call, or unable to do something. It's the middle of the night.
Yeah,
Just keep people appraised,
of
someone who's
course.
close by, because
Yeah, so I told my
you don't want.
girlfriend, or not my girlfriend, or she was asking me, like, what are you going to do, right? And I'm like, the only way that I will go to a professional or go to the doctor or go anywhere is if it's so bad that I cannot breathe anymore and I need a ventilator. Then I'll call an ambulance, and then I'll do that and
Mhm.
go to the hospital, or because I really don't want anybody to drive me that would be at risk of catching it. At least an
Mhm.
ambulance, like, they're prepared for this kind of stuff. So I'll just call an ambulance. I'll go to the hospital. Hopefully they have space and they can help me breathe. But that's the only reason and the only thing that will make me leave the house if I do actually have this thing at all.
Yeah,
Just got
yeah,
to be smart.
exactly, exactly, exactly. But
Yeah. Yes, Chris, I am
just
needy.
play it.
You should be used to that.
She's so needy.
I'm the neediest.
So is Chris and them not on your server as well, on your Discord?
Yeah, they're just sleeping. I mean, if he wanted to come in, he could just hop on in, but I don't think he's in the mood. He's in bed.
Yeah, no, no.
So
I mean, these
Michelle,
guys are.
oh yeah, they're
Yeah,
here.
you
Of
know these
course. They're
guys
all in
from the
here.
from the Discord. Sweet, sweet, good guys, good
Yeah,
guys.
they're
So how about
fantastic.
Victoria? Does Victoria do any of the internet stuff, or you just friends
Um
out
I mean,
from the internet?
not to the same way that we do. She's not like into the YouTube scene. She's not really in touch with that stuff. She does like Facebook. She's a big Facebook hoe. And she's trying to
Ah,
dial that back right now too. So,
how
she
is
doesn't
she?
use Instagram very much. She doesn't use any of that shit very much. Oh, look who popped up.
Who popped up?
It's Christopher. It's Pandemic Chris. It's Pandemic Moose.
Is he
That's
on
what you should
Discord?
be.
Is he with us?
Yeah,
Oh, there he
You
is.
should be Pandemic Moose.
She's so needy, Banksy. It's ridiculous.
I know, right?
What's up, Chris? How's it going, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. We're somehow managing to survive up in the north with shops that don't sell things. You said you had shops that sell things. I'm jealous.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought sort of more secluded areas would be better because there'll be less people hoarding and less people like taking everything off the shelves.
You would think that, wouldn't you? I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
It's not. There are things to buy, but you can't buy like bread or what else can you not buy? Soap, shower
You buy
gel.
soap?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Soap. You can't buy soap. Like even just
Yikes.
bars of soap.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Damn. I thought there'd be at least bars of soap available.
I reckon if I could get to the shop early enough in the morning after it's had its delivery, 'cause it has a delivery of stock every day. I reckon I could probably get some, but it's gone by lunchtime.
Yeah. I guess evenings and lunchtime, things like that. Yeah, you got to get in. I would find the 24-hour one. I'd find the 24-hour supermarket.
I live in the middle of nowhere. We don't have such things.
Yeah. I've got
There's
24
one
hour.
shop in this village, and there's nothing else for miles.
Okay. Well, I mean, I suppose maybe that's one advantage of living around, in London, big city. I've got at least 4 24-hour supermarkets that I can drive to. And if you go around 2-3 a.m., they are pretty well stacked.
They do have them in Hull, but as I understand it, they're actually shutting for a few hours on a night currently to restock shelves and stuff.
Yeah, because I have heard people were raiding them at about 4 a.m. There were like runs on these supermarkets. But the thing is, it's not actually. That's not where I get most of my stuff. I get it from very local places because the local shops that I've got to me, they are first of all when it comes to soap and toilet paper and stuff like that, they're not letting everyone just buy as many as they want. They're rationing them, so you can only have.
I think
one.
even big supermarkets have started doing that now, haven't they? They've introduced some relatively tough new rules, which is good.
Yeah, my local guy, he's totally rationed out the toilets. That's why he's got plenty of toilet tissue. I'll go there now and about tomorrow and go buy some. So he's always got toilet.
I've not seen any toilet roll for sale for a week. I don't think that exists anymore.
That's crazy. A week.
Damn.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I've got plenty, so I'm not particularly in any debt myself.
My local Tesco now has tape on the floor for how far you can stand next to the cashier. So
the shop in my village. The shop in my village has the same. And God damn, Americans using feet drives me insane.
Yeah, I know.
What do you mean, English people? We use feet and inches.
We don't. Everything's in meters here.
Yeah, but I say feet.
England are you?
I'm in the north of England.
I still use feet and inches in where I am. How tall are you? There's 5 foot whatever, 6 foot whatever.
100 and what is it? 100. I don't know. 100.
Yeah, I just say feet, Banksy.
Fucking centimeters for height. I hate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that I'm. I think 6 foot something.
Chris, can they still get pints at your end, or is it like 120 liters?
No, I've not been in a pub for maybe 15 years. I've no idea.
Oh, damn.
I think it's still pints. I'm pretty sure it will be.
I can imagine it will be. But I don't know. I mean, it all depends on when it comes to shopping and what it is that you're after. So pick your locations relatively carefully, and you'll find you can get pretty much. You may have to go to 2 or 3 different places, but you can then get all the items that you really want.
That's a problem that I particularly have got. As I'm not mobile enough to. Actually, don't get me wrong. I can go into a shop, but I can't go around 2 or 3 shops. That would fucking destroy me. because I've got MS. So it just
yeah.
and you can't get deliveries anymore either. That's not a thing. It is, but you've got to wait 3 weeks for a delivery, which is a little bit excessive. So I'm kind of relying on the local shop here.
Well, I mean, let's say that's.
Plus, like I said, there's no choice. The closest city is Hull, and that's
Well, yeah. No, I mean, if you've got to travel that far, plus you have, physical conditions, and you're driving and stuff is hampered.
Well, yeah, I've not been in a big supermarket for probably 7 or 8 years, just because I can't really walk around them.
Yeah.
Reliably, anyway. Not and I mean, I could, but not and shop at the same time.
Well, don't they provide like those electric scooter type things?
Probably, I don't know.
You should look into those things. I mean, to me, it's just like strategizing how you're gonna do what it is you want to do.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, a lot of this is kind of my problem, because I don't think I've adapted to my own situation very well, because I'd feel like a bit of a prick walking into a supermarket and then saying I need one of those electric scooters, even though.
I mean, dude,
I know that's just a me thing. I'm sure lots of people wouldn't have any issue with that at all.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people. At least your condition isn't your fault. I've seen people who are giant obese people who have literally ate themselves into that position and are carting themselves around on one of these electric scooters. I'm like, dude, you have to walk. You can't be on an electric scooter. You need this fucking.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need the exercise, motherfucker.
Yeah, you need to fucking. What are you doing? You've eaten yourself into this enormous obese body, and you can't. You won't even fucking take the time to walk around the supermarket now. That's unbelievable to me.
Hey, but Amy's got up and left. Where's she gone?
I don't know. Maybe she's ordered the lasagna. But
maybe she's gone to smack her fridge.
But either way, I think you should just don't be shy, man. It's not your fault. This isn't something that you chose. It happened to you. It wasn't something you did, because you ate yourself too much or you smoked too much or you didn't do anything that put you in that position.
I'm aware of that. It's just up until, to be honest, up until sort of the last few weeks, it's not really been an issue, because I'm more than happy to just get a delivery. I've not needed to go into these places, but
exactly. But yeah, just build a strategy around how am I going to get what I need to get. What do I need to get? Where would be the most likely places? And then just dot it out. And then, I mean, I do it mentally. I just mentally map out where the supermarkets are, what time, and what places that I can get what I want to get.
I don't think. I mean, you drive, don't you? You drive as well. Yeah. So I've watched videos of you driving anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know what it's like down there, but people just seem to have turned into fucking maniacs here on the road. There's not as many cars on the road at all. It's a lot quieter in that regard. But there's people just fucking run red lights. They go straight through junctions. They're just driving like fucking idiots. The amount of accidents is unbelievable.
My brother was telling me there has been sites of looting in London. People have looted already.
I heard about, I think it was in London, a fucking food bank got goddamn looted.
Okay, now
somebody broke into a food bank to steal all the food.
That's crazy.
London's going to be a fucking mess in a couple of weeks, Garen. Fucking see it.
Oh yeah. This is why I've been telling all my friends and family, we are all making plans to be. I mean, we are most of us on the outskirts of London. Anyway, I live on the outskirts. I don't actually live in London, so if I need to bug out, if you will, into the country, we have plans. We have strategized what we're going to do, where we're going to meet.
I don't think it's going to get that bad, but it will get pretty bad.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I'm virtually convinced it's not going to get that bad.
Honestly,
not in the first wave, anyway. Let's see how we do after the second wave.
That's it. The thing is, I rather have a plan and not need it than not have a plan and need it. So that's all it is. It's a conversation that I've had with my brothers, my mom, everyone. If we need to be somewhere, we all need to get to a place. We will meet X place, and then we will all bug
No,
out from there.
that seems prudent.
That's what I mean.
Luckily where I live, there actually really isn't an awful lot of need for a plan like that because I already am bugged out. That's where I live in bugged outville. No
Well,
one,
that's what
but it's honestly nobody's where I live. Nobody's coming here. No one comes here anywhere. There's just no point.
Yeah, but actually, this is the weird thing in America. Yeah, gun sales have gone up. Gun sales have started going up again.
Apparently, one thing that I did read is that people in America are actually finding that it's not actually as easy as people say to buy guns. Which is ironic, really. I mean, it's a fucking damn sight easier than here, but it's not that easy. You can't just fucking go on Amazon and order a gun.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was never like that anyway. But I mean, it's still those who can get it have gone out and got one. I guess I don't know. I suppose
that's fair. I mean, everybody in America who bloody wants a gun could have had one any time they wanted. It didn't take this.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how that you can't eat bullets. You can eat a bullet, but just don't.
You can eat a bullet, but
nutritious.
I honestly don't feel the loss of not being able to buy a gun. It's just not. It's not even on my radar as something that I could possibly need.
Come at me, bro.
It's not really anything on my list of to do.
But equally, I'm very glad that everyone else is in that position as well. So there aren't any guns for me to be worried about. Well, actually, to be fair, where I live, whenever I walk the dog, every morning, you can hear guns going off left, right, and centre. There's always fucking farmers killing shit.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. Actually, you'll find you probably have more guns in your local area than I do because you have farmers who nearly all of them have guns.
I know loads of people that have guns.
Yeah.
It's quite common to own guns around here.
My uncle's got a gun.
2 or 3.
Oh yeah, Amy's got a friend Brian. He is absolutely he ain't getting like victimized in any kind of fucking revolution. He's gonna be absolutely fucking tanked up to the max.
Yep. He is prepared.
He's got an AR-15, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's got a Glock.
Isn't it? I know he's got this like handgun. Man. Is that rifle? It's an AR-15, isn't it? The black one.
I think so. I can ask him right now.
Should we be talking about this on a stream?
You know, all these it's American their gun ownership. Actually, Canadians own. It's not too difficult to own guns in Canada as well.
It is quite restricted, but there are paths to gun ownership. So they've actually got an attitude more like ours towards guns, but I think that just the kind of guns you can get are a little bit less restrictive in Canada. But like I think it was Brian who said you wouldn't be able to buy an AR-15 in the UK, and I looked it up. It's like, yeah, you can.
Oh, you can get guns in the UK. It's exceedingly difficult to get the licenses and where you're going to keep it, and you have to go through a ton. It's just a lot of hurdles in front of you to get a gun.
Yeah. I don't think you're allowed criminal records and things. I mean, obviously, really.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's all sorts of checks. They do a ton of checks. As I said, there's a lot of hurdles. It's not that you can't get a gun. It's just there's a lot of hurdles, and the types that you're most likely going to end up with are going to be like double barrel shotgun. Clay pigeon shooting.
So handguns are completely illegal. Nobody's allowed those apart from I think police and the armed forces. You as a citizen are not allowed to own a handgun under any circumstances. When I say about the AR-15s, you can't actually get an AR-15, but you can get a copy of one that isn't, and it can only be a single shot.
Okay.
But
I suspect. I mean, most of the farmer type guns are those double barrel jobs, aren't they?
Yeah, a single barrel shotgun.
So scary.
Yeah.
That's what most people. If you've got a gun here, that's what you're most likely to have as either a single or a double barrel shotgun.
But it's mostly like farmers who do have guns in the UK, isn't it?
Not
Yeah.
well. I mean, most
Hunters,
farmers do
farmers.
have guns, but like I said, I know loads of people around here who are not farmers that have guns.
Okay.
That's,
So,
that's
I mean, are they like gunny, like clay pigeon shooters and
yeah,
quail
and not just
hunters?
clear pigeon. I mean, they shoot fucking real pigeons as well.
Yeah. Damn. And also like quail hunting and
Yeah, pheasants.
yeah,
Around here,
pheasants.
pheasants is
Yeah.
and partridges.
Okay. So yeah, those sort of hunting.
Sorry, God.
What shit, Alan Partridge?
Yeah, don't fucking shoot Alan
There's
Partridge,
Alan
please.
Partridge running in the field and a dog chasing him. and a fucking middle class guy with a checkered cap puts a buckshot in Alan Partridge's ass. Oh, the mental image. Oh, the mental image. That's awesome. Unfortunately, I don't think Amy knows who Alan Partridge is.
I heard the name,
sure,
but
never.
no, definitely not.
He's a comedian. Well,
I-
the character Alan
Is
Partridge
he
is
a
a
British
character.
comedian?
The British character played by Steve Coogan, who's a comedian. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it. That's yeah. It's quite funny. But,
20 minutes,
well, it
y'all.
was.
That's when my order
Yeah.
gets here. And that's
Nice.
when I'm gonna bounce and leave all of you alone to suffer the virus all by yourself without sweet, sweet Amy to keep you happy.
Shut the fuck
I'm
up.
pretty sure that's not how it works, Amy.
That is exactly how it works in my world.
That's-
Sorry for you, bro.
Hang on, let's have a look at the stats today. How's Canada looking today?
I definitely have COVID. The news
No.
gave it to
Looking-
me.
100% do not.
The news gave it to me.
Canada's pretty low on the list of
No,
Yes.
it is. Canada's, but Canada's also quite a bit further behind in terms of spread, isn't it? Than,
You know
than
what,
Europe.
guys? Ever since I got an electric toothbrush, I smile so much more.
Of course you do.
good teeth though. You've never had bad.
Canada's had quite a big jump. It's got 23 cases per million in the population now.
I've seen. The number I got is 800. Like
No, yeah, it's 873, but that's 23. So the stat that I'm using to weight how bad a place is how many infections per million, and Canada's at 23, and I think the UK's now at 48.
Oh, we added another 48 cases on top of our, I think it was 45 the day before, and then 80 or something the day before that.
In BC,
Yes.
because Canada in total is 873
So
now.
BC has
Yeah.
grown to 271 cases.
Oh, these stats I'm looking at might be out of date then.
yeah, mine is out of date because I got 231.
Are you, Banksy, are you looking at that worldmeters.info thing? Because that...
No, actually, I'm looking at John Hopkins University one.
What's the number in Italy now?
It's
It's
Italy's looking...
alarming.
but
It's really
Italy's
Over
as bad as some
41,000.
other places now. Liechtenstein's in a fucking worse situation, but Italy's sitting at it's got 41,000 cases, and that's 679 cases per million,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
Italy's-
a lot.
Oh shit.
looking at the country, the size of the country.
246,073 worldwide, which isn't really that much if you think about it. It's just it happened so quick.
Yeah, I mean, what you were saying was the rate that it spread and the fact that we're at the beginning of this, really, well, globally. So yeah, I mean, there's a good
If you look at the way that, well, I mean, the Spanish flu was the last sort of serious global pandemic on record. But if you look at the way that pandemics tend to express themselves, they usually come in waves, and we're experiencing the first wave now, and the second wave is normally significantly worse than the first one. And
Thanks, Chris.
that's
Thank
certainly
you.
the case of the Spanish flu. So what we're likely to see, and indeed what places like Singapore kind of are seeing now, is the first wave comes in. It's fairly severe, but it's relatively easy to contain. They contain it, life goes back to normal or starts to, and then it comes back with a vengeance, and it's less controllable then, and that tends to be how pandemics tend to sort of pan out. But
were people able to recover from the Spanish flu as well?
well, the ones that didn't die, yeah.
No. What I mean is that it wasn't just like if it hit you, you were guaranteed to be dead. You
Oh
could
no!
survive it.
No. It wasn't. It was very like this in that way. Like the majority of people who got the Spanish flu did not die. That's absolutely fair to say.
So it is. This is very comparable to the Spanish flu.
As I understand it, it's similar, but well, for a start, the problem is it's not flu, which people keep making that mistake. It isn't flu. It's not related to flu. It's not similar to flu. It's not flu. So there's that to consider.
It's got flu-like symptoms, but it's not.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. But the virus that causes it is not flu.
Exactly.
The Spanish flu lasted about 2 years or something, didn't it? Spanish flu.
Yeah, and that's likely what this will last as well.
I mean, it's hard to kind of gauge though, because it's like
it is.
It's different, so we don't know if it'll be longer or short.
It's different, and we've obviously got different technology as well.
Exactly, yeah. So you don't know whether to halve that or.
Well,
because it's more
the thing is, Sean, that's not the only factor there. While we do have better technology for controlling something like this, we've also got something
more global
we didn't have before, which is fucking global travel at the rate that we do, which in 1919 or whatever it was, we did not have.
Yeah.
So it's a very, and plus it's not flu, so
yeah, exactly.
We don't really know how it's going to pan out at this stage, but the likelihood is that it's going to get worse before it gets better, and we are just in the early days of it still.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, so do you think China... Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying, I mean, the chances of them developing a vaccine before the 2 years are fairly good, though, I would say. I don't think it's going to take them 2 years to get a vaccine out.
I don't know
about that one.
I wouldn't... I mean, I've spoken to some people who kind of know about this sort of thing, and while it is possible that they could make a vaccine quicker than 2 years, if they made one in 2 years, that would still be about standard. So in this particular case, the coronaviruses that cause this kind, there is no like generic vaccine for this kind of virus, and that's the problem. We could have developed one years ago before any of this happened, but we just didn't.
Well, nobody was focused that much on it, I guess.
Well, no, that's kind of not true. So something like maybe not. So the SARS thing, when that happened, SARS is a coronavirus. Was a coronavirus. It is.
Yeah, that's right.
And what happened with SARS was it was easier to control than this is, obviously, because people were not able to transmit it before they became symptomatic. So SARS was a lot easier to curtail, and so once they did, people, the powers that be, just kind of lost interest in developing a vaccine. It's like, what's the point? We've got this under control. If they had have continued that work of developing a vaccine for that particular strain of the coronavirus, then they would be further on now developing a vaccine for this one.
Yeah, it's not that there aren't people working on this stuff. It's just whether there's the funding, whether there's the interest, like whether.
Well, I mean, as far as a coronavirus vaccine goes, there wasn't the funding or the interest, and it just stopped entirely. There just wasn't. Nobody was looking for a vaccine for it because there was no coronavirus that presented that much of a problem at the time.
I'm looking at on this map. I'm looking at the African continent. Surprisingly low numbers of cases. Is there any thoughts on that?
The reason for that probably is that there's a surprisingly low amount of people from the developed world going to Africa, so it hasn't spread that quickly yet. But but my assumption would be that once it gets a hold in the African continent, it's going to be a fucking bloodbath. That would be my assumption.
Yeah, Africa's coming to Europe. It's not the other way around, really, is it?
4 minutes, guys.
Thanks for keeping us up to date.
All right.
Yeah, let's
You
perk
can
this
fuck off now if you want,
conversation
bud.
up. Let's talk about something a little bit more
You can-
uplifting.
No,
hopeful.
you know what's gonna happen, Banksy? You're in denial. As soon as we start trying to talk about something happy, it's gonna come right back to COVID, just like it has every single fucking time. This is just our reality right now. How do you get out? How do we get out of it? I'm enjoying this. It's been nice talking to you guys. It's nice that it's like I can just talk about it. It definitely calms me down because as soon as I start talking about it, I feel super stupid for feeling paranoid.
Yeah, I do feel like I came in here and I was all happy at first, and then I turned into the spectre of death. There is.
We're
Like,
trying our best.
I think a good positive is strategize about how you're going to get the things you need to get, and talk to your family and friends about if things turn and you need to take a quick vacation of a week or two. Where can you
Yeah.
go that you can just chill?
Hmm.
In this, hopefully in the summer months when wave number 2 comes.
Yeah.
Do you have a tent? Do you
As
have
I say, I'm lucky in that I don't think I need to go anywhere to be out of the way because I already am out of the way.
Oh yeah, Chris, I'm going to come and find you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm coming for you,
Fucking
Chris.
look. I mean, sure, give it a go.
I'm coming
God.
for you, Chris.
You'll never see Chris.
Anybody a fucking dirty London breath near me? Jesus.
I'm going to go lick every seat on the Piccadilly line, and then I'm going to come for you, Chris.
The Corona challenge.
Oh no, like the toilet seat lady.
Oh, these people are
Oh,
fucked
God.
up, man. I
Fucking
swear.
retards, man. Retards.
I've seen so many idiotic.
What about all the people at Daytona Beach just having a great time on spring break? I can't get over this right now. It's just so irresponsible. I can't. I fucking
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Did you see the interviews with them? Yeah.
No?
Yeah, it was awful. They were awful, Chris. Like, yeah, we're gonna be fun, so we're just gonna keep like partying and stuff.
Although I do think it's quite amusing. I think in the past day, the medical experts have sort of stuck their head up and said, "Yeah, we kind of need to tell like younger people that they're quite a lot more danger of this than we thought that there were."
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm not really sure that that's necessarily true, but I think that they've done that to sort of try and curtail some of this behaviour.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, guys, you can die from it as well. I mean, forget about, you obviously don't give a fuck about infecting other people,
Yeah.
so let's just point out that this can kill you too.
Yeah.
And I think that might be a reasonable strategy, actually, because, there tends to be this idea amongst younger people that they're just going to get this, survive and be
invincible,
fine.
and they're not gonna hurt anybody else. And fuck you for being such a selfish prick. That's what I have to say.
And that just isn't the case. This can kill young people. And it has done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, pals.
Especially with underlying health issues.
I'm cutting you off right here because I'm about to get real fat and watch The Office and be really happy.
You're already
It's midnight here. I need to go to bed.
Yes, you
Yeah.
sods do need to go to bed, you English folk.
Oh yeah, we're all
hanging out.
English.
Yeah.
Apart from you.
In the
Yes.
England.
Thank you so much for
All
hanging
right.
out with me. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, it's been a blast.
I love you. Okay, big hugs. Bye.
Bye.